Hello, I'm APX Toycat, and this is my 100% disgust and explosion-proof shulker box storage system, because here are all of my valuables. As you can see, I've got blackstone, 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 and more blackstone, and then some basalt in one of these. But I'm collecting lots of blocks. Why am I collecting those blocks? Well, I'm glad you asked, because today I'm mining an entire Piglin Bastion, brackets, never recycling, #2. Close brackets. And what I'm going to be doing is destroying this here Piglin Bastion with my bare hands. And by bare hands, I mean my diamond pickaxe. Really, I could use netherite for the pickaxes, but like, actually not today. What I want to do, one of my little mini goals myself, is going to be to actually, for the first time, destroy my first ever netherite pickaxe. So if you stick around long enough, you'll get to see that. It'll be delightful. In fact, let's put that there right now. I'm looking forward to the moment we get to use this to its death. But before we can use that to death, we have to do some normal pickaxe mining, because you know, if you start with the netherite pick, oh, I forgot the iron this time, damn it. I knew I needed iron for something. You know, we'll go back, we'll get some iron later, it'll be great. Anyway, so last time we set up this nice little beacon as well, and also we did a lot of destruction, as you can see. And today, I hope to improve on and to step that up another level. So, wow, that empty inventory is nice as Shantalixley. You know what? I get a lot of people saying my inventory management skills are not up to scratch. And you know, I totally agree. Oh, we got a fight going on here. And I totally agree that, sure, I could be better at managing inventory. But I also say, you know, look at the improvements I've made. Only like 13 tools and an empty inventory. That is absolutely huge for me. If we just celebrate the wins more, then maybe we wouldn't need to step on the things. Also, how much money do you make on YT? Don't have to answer. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, I don't have to answer. You're right. No. So, this is a question that like as like a viewer, I'm curious enough about. So like the simplest thing you can just say is for every 1,000 views you get on YouTube, roughly you can make about you know, like $1 or $2. If you're like a really high-end channel, it can be as much as 5 or 10. But like I simplify it and just be like, okay, multiply the reviews by $1, more like 3 or something like that in Christmas, and that's how much someone makes. That's how you can like get a good estimate. If they're a non-English speaking channel, divide it by a bunch. If they're a premium makeup or, you know, whatever channel, you can times it by a bit. But yeah, if you want to work that out, you can. Or you can go add up all the stream donations we get, and you can work out the income that I make from it that way. Thank you very much, Galaxy Fox. You know, but today is not about how much money YouTube makes, because it's one of those things I find, like, I like to, you know, again, be honest, open the curtain about as many of these things as I can, because when you're talking about money, you can only ever really alienate people. There's a reason we don't, you know, you don't talk about money in polite conversation, right? Also, the audio is choppy. Is it really now? Oh, I know how to fix that. Sorry. Okay, tell me if that's any better. I, you know, don't know for sure if it'll be fixed. I got a new capture card because my old one gave me so many issues with crashing and whatnot. And then my new capture card crashes more often and has this, like, scary audio issue. And it's just like, what is it? I am cursed with capture cards. I do not know how to use them correctly, it seems. And hopefully we fix that. So anyway, hello, I'm APX Toycat. And yeah, like, talking about money in polite conversation is something that is generally disregarded, but I also think there's so many like insights you can get from it. Like, there are so many things that are there are lots of discussions that it's really valuable to have that we don't talk about because it's like an awkward conversation. You know, like, people are all too happy to share their, you know, like, opinions on whatever issue they can come up with if it's like hot and in the news. But like, you know, there's a billion topics I could mention right now, you know, like, I don't know, like a miscarriage, or like, you know, the sorts of issues that like happen all the time for people, but no one ever knows about, and you're like, ah, yeah, that's, when you have a discussion about it, it's great. And speaking of miscarriages of justice, today I wanted to talk about, you know, because like, honesty I think is valuable, but it's like hard. And someone, I think it was in the last stream, someone mentioned like, hey, you know what, Toycat, I like that you're, you know, you tried to be honest in these streams. And I mentioned something like, being honest is actually easier than not being honest. And a few people like pushed back on that. And I was thinking this morning, while in a shower, if you'd like to know, about how actually society much prefers lies to the truth. And like everyone like thinks that it's not true. Also, thank you, Atheorix. Atheorix. Thank you very much, friend. But yeah, so a lot of people feel like, you know, honesty is what I love. It's great. It's wonderful. But as like as a world, like collectively at the very least, we definitely prefer lying. And in case you're like, nah, Toy Cat, that's wrong. Think about like if you go to Burger King or something, because I was reading up about some famous exec. I don't know. It's like some politician who started out running Burger Kings. It's a very bizarre thing. I go on wiki walks sometimes, don't we all? Also, thank you very much, Mr. Fusion Warrior.
Exploding all the beds and getting all the debris. It's a shame it's so rare. Debris has a perfect petrified wood texture and would make a lovely petrified wood forest.
On it.
Shame.
Oh god.
How are you today?
First of all, good luck on the ancient debris mining. A lot of people seem to have like worse luck than me, and I guess I'm proud that I didn't have to spend 20 hours or whatever mining for it. Good luck with the bed mining. Hope it goes well for you. And I'm doing pretty well today. You know, thank you for asking. I don't know. I get into like whenever there's like a slump in something, I'm always like, oh. But I had like an epiphany about some stuff that I was working on today, and I was like, ah, that's good. Whenever I'm in like a good headspace, work-wise, and like a good headspace, life-wise, and that's dumb. But you know, life is dumb. And you know what else is dumb? You know, lying, because or like telling the truth. Because if you got, I read this whole story about this Burger King executive who became he became a politician of some form. If you really want to look into that, I'm sure there's only one guy who's done this. Actually, it'd be funny if there's like multiple Burger King executives that have gone on to become major U.S. politicians. But anyway, so one of the changes he instituted was he made like this was before this was like common policy at fast food. Is like, oh yeah, I made the people at Burger King smile.
Give me your best French accent.
Give me your best French accent, baguette. Baguette, yes. This is my French accent. You speak like you are slightly French is the polite word I'll use instead, and this is how you. I don't know what that even was. You just gotta sound vaguely foreign and then say baguette a few times. Oui, oui. Baguette. Anyway, so I was reading about this this one guy, and it's like his big reform, the clever thing he did to like reform the Burger Kings in his area was he like went into the Burger King franchises and he instructed the employees, hey, smile at the customers. They, you know, if they think you're happy, they're more likely to be happy. And like obviously what that effectively is saying, you know, that message, which by the way, that's like commonly accepted business practice now, right? Like what do you do if you you know, if you go into a fast food place and the guy's not smiling at you, you assume he's having a bad day now because it's so widespread. But you know, that is effectively, we all like being lied to. That is proof, like business proof, by the way. This is like, you know, this is a dude who, you know, made hundreds of millions from just like that simple observation of like making them more efficiently run businesses by making the employees look like they wanted to be there, which is an absolute lie. Like every workplace you ever go to that expects you to look like you want to be there, that's a lie, right? Why do we work? We work, but you know, like, or why do you work at a Burger King
Howdy,
at least?
Master, how are you today? Did you use TNT or beds to find your netherite? Why no baguette?
why no baguette? I used beds. There's a huge debate about beds versus TNT, but anyone who argues for TNT is just I know they just don't know how to change their ways, you know.
Toy Cat, I'm barely going to off myself because of your French accent. That hurt so much to hear.
You know, if that, see, now you know. Now, some people question why we stream, why we spend hours mining a Piglin Bastion, and now you know the answer, right? Now you know the real beauty and the real reason behind what we do here. So, yeah, French cat is yes. You know, I agree with Dead Fox. But, yeah, like that, I feel like, you know, like if you're working at a Burger King, no offense to any Burger King employees out there, like at least like, you know, there is like an enthusiastic following for a McDonald's or you know, maybe a Wendy's. Like you might be at least open to the idea that it's sometimes enjoyable, but no one's like hyped to work at Burger King, right? Or, like it'd be cool if they were, but at least the majority of people will not be, but they'll always smile at you at Burger King, or at least they'll try to. They're meant to at the very least. And that's like an explicit lie that we all like in our day, like, oh, the Burger King guy's having a nice day and he wants me to have one too. I would say the very like, how are you doing question is one that people like a yes from. Le chat, François sont oui. Oh, the cat speaks French? Yes. No, wait. The cat, the French cat is yes, I'm guessing. What's your favorite fruit? Says Vohon Awesome. Favorite fruit is probably the passion fruit because it's barely a fruit. It's just like sugar in a purple ball that happens to grow on a tree, which is like my dream. So, Cat, we are here for you. We'll help your epicness French accent. So, Cat, chat in French is pronounced as shat. So, the shat on the rug. Wait, the shat on the rug? You know, this is very funny. Thank you, Mind Laughter. Mind Laughter? I know it's meant to be laughter, but I read it as like the second half of the word slaughter. Which, by the way, isn't it weird that to spell slaughter you have to have the word laughter? Whatever, whole problem. Anyway, but like what I was trying to say. Toy Cat, call your fan base Toy Cult. Nah, I'll call my fan base then. Actually, I think someone mentioned that like if you keep any data on anyone below the age of 13, it's a violation of the US law. So I've upgraded you all, chat, from 9-year-olds to 13-year-olds. How are you excited about the sudden 4 years that you've all just aged? I'm excited, personally. Hopper, that's the one. No, it's okay. This like drives me mad. Whenever there's a US regulation, I don't live in the United States of America. You know, a decent proportion. The majority of my viewers on most of my channels. I don't know if it's true on this one anymore. But the majority of my viewers aren't in America. But yeah, I follow American laws regarding, like, you know, I don't have any information I want to store about 13-year-olds, if I'm being honest with you. But the fact that I can't, like, you know, like YouTube won't give me those 13-year-olds data. I think that's messed up. So yeah, you're all 13. Happy 13th birthday, everyone. You excited? Yeah, you can now... Actually, what can 13-year-olds do? You can watch movies that are rated. You know, you can go into a PG-13, I think is the American term, right? You owe us so many birthday presents. Oh no, you aged 4 years at once, so you get one birthday present. Like any YouTuber made a child and had his channel be called Toy Dog, and I don't know what I just watched, but thank you, Almighty AJ. It's literally my birthday in a month, Lamau. Statistically, 1/12 of people have their birthday a month from any given point in time, so that's like one of the least notable facts. Zombie D's 5-year-old subscriber, Toy Cat Tax, and also we have returned to the Super Plat world. I was considering going back to make like a nostalgia video soon, because like every now and then I like to go into one of my old worlds and be like, wow, isn't this wacky? Because you know that's life, right? Sometimes you want to make a high quality dent in the world. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the dents you've already made. And yeah, thank you very much to Von Awesome. If Cave's got an update, what would you like to see? I would love to see some form of ore that could give you boots that were lighter than, so you could go fast. Actually, judging you, I'm not 13, I'm 13.1. Ah, you're the aquatic bug fix update. I don't know where I'm going with that joke. I try my best. Anyway, so I thank you for allowing older people to live longer, says Toti Toast. I don't know what you mean. You were 9 years old before. Now you're 13 years old. You've aged 4 years. You've lost those 4 years of your life. They're never coming back, friends. So yeah. Also, jokes on you. You just made me 23 because I had to lie to get my Gmail account. See, okay. First of all, we have to go back home now. Second of all, it's funny because you can tell the age of people because like. This is one of those things I noticed about the internet. You like the age that I used to lie on the internet to like, get into sites that would require you to be whatever age.
Hello, Mr. Toy Cat. I've missed quite a few streams and so I'm here to ask how you've been doing lately.
Thank you, Mark.
Toy Cat is indeed yes.
Thank you, Marcus the OK. That's that's a high quality name. You're not feeling great about yourself, but you admit that you're okay at least. So first of all, thank you very much. Second of all, just want to throw... Oh, wait, we've got to drop the gold swords in there. Second of all, just want to say good to see you again. Third of all, I've been doing pretty great recently. The Nether update's out. There's some new Dungeons DLC I'm excited for. And then after, like, the July crazy season, I'm hopping over to America for a bit, it looks like right now. Again, lots of asterisks and all of that. It's weird, my whole life is being held hostage by the world's... weird situation. Don't know if you guys have heard about it. You guys definitely haven't. It's a pretty niche little situation. Yeah, so things have been pretty good. But I'm like really excited about some stuff right now. Because I don't know, my life has been flipped in some interesting ways, and I'm trying to turn that flip into a good interesting way. Took at Tax because you look extra cute today, says Laura Beat Poop. Oh, thank you so much. I am blushing as hard as your emoji is in that message. Laura Beat Poop. What a fun name, by the way. Are you a robot? Actually, I can't trust whatever you say, because a robot would say no too. Anyway, so Can we get Andrew to $0.5 million? If everyone just gives 33 cents. Oh god, I hate when ghasts fire at me. Because they can destroy the blocks. No, you don't. Oh, we actually fired that one. Oh, we don't have any arrows. Right, that's a problem. God damn, the amount of my Nether that's gonna be destroyed, just... Come on here, friend. There we go. A lot of effort, a lot more than I would have liked. But we got there eventually, and that's what counts. Let's go into this side, because I bet it's probably easier to keep that beacon effect on me. Oh, there's a dude here. You having a good time there? That's good to hear. But yeah, so let's go back to... so just like, I want to finish, because I always, whenever I go live stream, sometimes I don't finish a topic, and people are like mad, kind of like, you know, I never learned the climax of that story, Tycat. Why did you start talking about Burger King employees lying to you? So, I wanted to tell you about Burger King employees lying to you. Implicitly, even if not explicitly, because they're not happy to be here. Because there is this, like, societal contract that you don't tell people the truth if it will bum them out unless you know them kind of well enough. Also, beans, says Mama Johnson. Thank you, I agree. But the, I should start... I don't even know what to do sometimes when I read a comment like that. I feel like, okay, no, people who like type messages like that, I just gotta assume from now on, like, okay, they're not saying it to me, they're saying it to the chat. That's not for me to read. That's for, like, to show up on the screen and I can ignore. Because, like, as soon as, like, once you read, like, 99% of all comments, everyone's like, why won't you read the other percent? And it's like, okay, we're gonna have a better policy about what's going on there, so we can have a better show for the people who aren't saying beans. PSA to stop saying that people's ages in the chats. Yeah, I always find it weird, like, there's, like, a certain demographic. Again, some number of people are just joking, like, saying, like, yeah, I'm 14, not 13, because that's, like, their definition of a joke. And there's clearly, like, some people who are like, hey, Toy Cat, I bet you'd find it funny to know that I'm actually just 12, so you aged me up. And it's like, man, first of all, don't tell people on the internet you're a 12-year-old. Good advice in general. Like, whether you are or not, probably a good thing to avoid. Second of all, it's like, how did you find your way here? I'm not too certain, but you know what I am certain of? I'm certain that Burger King employees are lying to you because, yeah, actually, let me tell you a story. I'm sure I've mentioned this before. Once I went to America, and I remember I was like checking out at some, like, you know, supermarket of some form. And my preferred interaction with any human being is do not speak to me, you know, like, there is this, like, the ideal interaction would be, hey, here, to leave this place with my sandwich, you know, I went to Subway today, if I want to leave this place with a sandwich in my hand, you need to make sure that the money's gone into your system. So you're the thing that keeps me honest with the machine because you don't trust me to use the machine myself, so there's an employee that does that. Okay, that's fine. If that's how it needs to be, that's how it needs to be. But you know, like, I've never thought to myself, you know what, I wish there was a guy, like, who was at the door who would, like, small talk me as I left. I wish that the guy, when I said I wanted tomatoes, would be like, oh, hey, I love tomatoes too, what are the odds? You know, I've never wanted those interactions until you have them, you know? Also, hey yo, how are you? Have my first ticket tax, says Eggeroni Pepperoni. An example of this that also, like, I was thinking about today, because I've been missing flying, because obviously right now flying is usually not recommended. So the way most, like, airline service works, right, is someone rolls, like, a cart down, and then they go, hey, so what do you want to drink? Or, like, if you're on, like, a real nice, you know, like, thing, you got, like, you know, flying something like business or something, you can have a little... Also, thank you, there's a Burger King in my town that's been running. The Burger King company disowned, and they're not supposed to be a Burger King, but they pretend to be one anyway. I love stories like that. I'd love to go check out a Burger King that's not a Burger King. And store that in my mental notes. But anyway, so I I think it's very, oh god. So like airlines, I get so distracted sometimes. And I feel like, you know, these, sometimes like, I love, like, I like that people want to support. Sometimes I get like really thrown off by it, you know? I'm like midway through a story, already like distracted by myself. And then I get like, oh god. Another piece of distraction that I want to go. I should put on my feather falling boots, not these. Wait, is that feather falling on? Yeah, feather falling 1. I mean, it's something. It's not a lot, but it's something. Anyway, so going back to my point. So like, you know, like the way it works is they like, you know, they just roll down the thing. They're like, what do you want to drink? And if you're, ooh, I don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. And if you're flying on a kind of nice, question mark airline, you know, they'll take your order and then they'll come back with a drink. You know what will be way more efficient than that? Is if when you wanted a drink, instead of this like, everyone gets a drink at the same time, you could have like, you know, there's touchscreens on the seats anyway, if it's a long haul flight. If you're flying domestically in America, like, obviously, you don't care about this. But, if you're like flying, long haul, there's like a screen there anyway. And, there's one airline in the world. It's a low-cost carrier, Norwegian. Like, they do this to save money, but it's better because there's no social interaction. It's like, I would like a Coke, you swipe your card, and the Coke comes to you. I don't know why, like, these like unnecessary interactions that people love confuse the heck out of me. If somebody ever says, what are the odds? Just say very high in your most monotone voice possible. I promise I'll stop talking to you. Also, sorry for interrupting, says Plinky Plinky. You know, don't be sorry for interrupting. I need to be better with, I need to get better at, I think. Also, hey, Benjamin Rogers, good to see you here. Rendering out the new video now. Hype in chat. So if you don't know, the new video, the new editor that we've been working with has been Benjamin. He's Australian, so I had real problems believing he existed. But oh god, you might have noticed I have. Oh, okay. Blackstone is resistant to gas explosions. The day I learned. I went to a Burger King, New Jersey yesterday. It was the worst fast food restaurant I've ever been to. I was waiting for food for 25 minutes and it wasn't even crowded. Oh yeah, I'm so confused when you go to a fast food place. Like if it's busy, I almost understand. I still don't, but it's like, you know, this is not what they intended for. But when it's near empty and fast food isn't fast, I'm like, well, you failed. You had one job, you know, well, you really had 2 jobs, fast and food, and you were slow, and, you know, a lot of people would debate the food bit. So, you know, you messed up. I was in a, there's this weird chain of, like, Peri Peri, you might know if you live in the UK, but if you don't, I'm not gonna give them my online advertising, because I know all of you will immediately go out and get your Peri Peri from this place if I mention it. But it's like, I was in there for, I was like one of 3 customers, and I waited, like, this is their promotional item. I waited for like some ungodly number of minutes. Like they said it'll be 4 to 5 minutes, and then 15 minutes later I'm just like, why, how, what? At the very least you could have been truthful, been like, hey, it takes 15 minutes to make one of these items, like this spicy quesadillas that we're advertising very prominently right now. But no, they did not say that. They were just like, it'll happen when it happens. Anyway, I'm mad. When fast food isn't fast, life is hell. Speaking of things that are hell, I will finish this point, whether you want me to or not, chat. So first of all, I've got a new editor, been working with. So if you like the edits, honestly, this is how you can tell if I edit my own videos. If the editing's good, I didn't do it. That's like a good rule of thumb, I would say. You could also tell which editor it is based on the font they use in the outro. Because for some reason, one of the things I haven't standardized across like myself, my assistant, and my like, you know, the many people who've edited me over the years, myself included, is like font size. So I've got like a very particular font that I use, and then every editors use their own font. So if you spot that the font changes, that implies a new editor. Except in tomorrow's video where I just used the wrong font because I figured I'd mess with people. But you know, I didn't intend on telling you all. So there you go. We know the new editing style is really good. Yeah, it takes a lot more time, a lot more effort, and obviously like it's an investment, like a pretty big one I have to make in the videos. Like it's really scary. The thing about YouTube is like it's this kind of amateur. Like the thing, this sounds kind of dumb to like this about YouTube, but it's like it's a super amateur platform, which means the bar to entry is basically none, right? So that kind of, when you have like editors involved, that kind of goes away, and it's kind of scary that like you can genuinely lose money on a YouTube video, even if it's like a gameplay video. if like, you know, the editing bill is higher than the money it brings in. And that like blows my, like, it's something that can, and you know, like genuinely happen with the more expensive, like higher time style of editing. But it's like, man, this is like, you know, it's weird that this happens in like every industry, like costs raise as you go through it. And it's weird that I've seen that happen in like the Minecraft YouTube space. Like I've seen a lot of Minecraft YouTubers get back into the game.
Your
and
comment about interactions with people was the most relatable thing I've ever heard.
Thank you, Josh Drabble. You know, so many people whenever we bring this up get super. Also, thank you. You made my first netherite sword today, and zombie killed me and took it and ran off and probably died. F in the chat, says Laura Beat Boop. Yeah, one of the things I definitely want to dive into. Also, F in the chat. Everyone, nice F in the chat. Is like a zombie with a netherite sword is technically a buff to that zombie. I should have mentioned it in my small features video. Fact that I didn't is a real tragedy. Here is pound by a catapult or something, or some food to farm and milk it. Also, Simon Richardson says, where are you from, Toycat? What's your name? My name is Andrew, and I'm from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. If you want to be more specific, I live in the London, what's the term in the UK? The London built-up area, I think is what it's called. It's outside the official city boundaries of London. So Sadiq Khan is not my mayor. Yeah, other than that, it's nice being me. I like where I live. It's nice enough. I don't like it enough to not move to America, apparently, though. Yeah, showed you. Wait, showed myself, I guess. Anyway, so I am gonna. It's interesting seeing the cost, because I've got like a few Minecraft YouTube friends who like were big, well, not friends, people I know. You know, I hate most of them. I've got a lot of Minecraft YouTube people I know from way back in the day who got huge in like 2011, 2012, 2013. You know, like the early days of Minecraft on YouTube. And because they left it for so long, and because they were like so replaceable, like their fans either grew up or like stopped caring about them or never cared about them in the first place. In case you're curious as to why I'm so sure that will happen one day. Over here, I've seen it happen time and time again. But a lot of them like got back into YouTube because they retired. Just, you know, they made $1 million or $2 million a year, and they're like, I'll never need more money. And then 5 years later, it's like, you know, I would like more money though. But like they're getting back into YouTube, and like after they hire an editor, they're making like quality videos, but because no one's finding them or whatever, they're losing money on every video they make, and it's like, man, that's like, it's gonna be a big shock to go from making, you know, again, literally 6-7 digits a year for some of these people to making, you know, negative amounts in a month. I live in Nottingham, so close, I guess, to Simon Richards. I go to Nottingham a few times a year, so we are definitely close. I was in Leicestershire the other day, which is not Nottingham, but it's like close enough, right? In my head, they're close because it's like you go to the train, it stops in Leicester, then it goes to Nottingham, but maybe I'm crazy. Anyway, so I'm playing my first trip ever. Do you have any tips? Says Galaxy Fox. It depends on where you're going, honestly. Wait, first trip ever. It depends on where you're going. So I finished my Burger King story. We're gonna do it. Chat, do you believe in me? Okay. So, the implicit lies that we're all telling in service, because every single employee of like every large company could tell you, hey, I don't really want to be here. And they could be honest about that. But you assume when you hear that, oh my god, why are ghosts spawning so much? See, you know what, people are like, oh, I don't know if mobs really are spawning too much. This, besides the, you know, the fact that it's like literally listed as a bug, here is your proof, if you are that sort of person. Because this is too many mobs. This is not the right amount. Oh god, of course there's just ghasts everywhere. You know, I like these walls, they keep me safe from the ghasts. That's cool, I guess. Also, my beacon really isn't effective at this point. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna mine the beacon. I'm gonna mine the bridge. I think I deserve to mine the bridge. So, we're no strangers to love. Also, Kurga Bing always makes me sad. Call Me Castle reminds me of you a lot. I still, one of the things, like, as best I understand, he's like a huge streamer. I want to like learn who he is, what he does or whatever. I shouldn't say this on a stream. People are going to be like, hey, Toycat, I'm going to give you the best description on how to, like, no, don't do that. But like, he's in that like list of people that I'm like, I would love to know who you are and why you're a big deal or whatever. Because like everyone, like I don't know, it's like he's widely referenced. He was in the Minecraft thing, but I don't know if he makes Minecraft videos? Question mark. Again, that you know, I'm gonna stop speculating about other streamers. This is a bad topic to go down. You know what is a good topic though? You know what is a great topic? The fact that like yeah, every time you have like an employee interaction, to me at least, I don't understand people who have this thing of like, oh, I love the service. The service is the most important bit. Because, like, it seems like what those people like is unnecessary interactions with people who have to do things for them. Like, again, if we didn't have waiters, we wouldn't invent them. Like, at least, you know, rich people would probably invent them. But, like, most casual places wouldn't have a server. If we had to, like, do the thing now, like, okay, so imagine we had food places, right? So places you go and you pay a chef to make a meal for you. Okay, that's normal. And then right if right now the concept was, oh yeah, you get your food when the time comes, kind of like a Five Guys or you know, McDonald's if you really want to. We wouldn't be like, wait, you know, I've got this great idea, friends. What if here, you know, this is just hypothetically speaking. What if we had a person who could bring the food to us all the way from over there, you know, about, you know, 10 meters away. Not even 10 meters, like, you know, about a 13-second walk away, you know, that thing, over to here. What if we had a guy who could do that for us? Wouldn't that be revolutionary? And people would be like, no, you know, it's not really the biggest of deals. It's like, but no, you know, sometimes you're just so engrossed in your conversation, you need a person to do it. And I'd be like, okay, I guess I see the argument. So like the restaurant could have it as like a service. And it's like, no, it would be mandatory. You have to have this person here who brings the things from the magic, you know, kitchen, because you can't go there and yourself. It's basically a chef's secretary. The chef is too busy to take orders himself. See, right? But like now we have machines, right? We live in the year 2020. In years where there was physically, you know, like you couldn't just write your stuff down on a piece of paper. You wanted like a employee to do that. You know, sure, okay. But like now we live in a time where not only are there computers, but also people can write on paper themselves. I've been able to do this. Or you can have like an employee, you know, like a single cashier. You know, let's say you have the person taking the orders, and then you got like a person who delivers it to you. Now imagine that like, okay, we are going to, because we love the idea this much, let's put the polished blackstone in here. I mean, people used to have servants that start as a way to make the average man feel rich for a day. But like nowadays it doesn't make me feel rich, it makes me feel like the opposite. It makes me feel emotionally poor. There we go. That's what I'm sticking with, emotionally poor. Because the worst bit is it's like the person is literally like, again, if it was like the restaurant pays for this as a way to improve the class of things, it'd be like, oh, that's kind of nice. It's like, oh no, the restaurant doesn't pay for it. You pay for it. And it's like, oh, so they want like $1 to bring the food to me? It's like, oh no, you don't pay them $1. You pay them a percentage of the food that they get for you. And it's like, wait, what? And it's like, oh yeah, and if they aren't friendly enough, if they don't smile enough, you pay them less. And it's like, wait, so the service they do is they collect your order and they take the food from the kitchen to there, and then you rate them based on how personable and funny they are. It's like, yeah, and then you can choose not to pay them, but then they just won't get paid for the hour. It's like, why is this a thing? How is this legal? How? And it's like, oh, this is great. I love this system. It's like having a servant, you know? You don't have to pay servants, do you? It's like, wait, do you not have to pay servants? I'm pretty sure you do. I think we're talking about slavery here. And like everyone's like, oh no, it's definitely not like slavery. They make $2 an hour, and even though you know, that's not enough to live on, they can theoretically get topped up if they don't make enough tips, but you know, they won't actually be able to claim that because their employer will force them to. And it's like, oh my god, why? And then even worse than that, right? Even more confusing than this whole system where you pay someone money to get your food, except you don't pay them money, you pay them a percentage of your food. Because for some reason, if your steak costs $20, that costs them less to, you know, like, the waiter deserves to get paid more if the waiter brings you a $200 steak versus a $20 steak, sure, and whatever. Anyway, you know, no, if waiters didn't exist, we wouldn't invent them. It's like, you know, if marriage didn't exist, we wouldn't invent it, so like legally strong. Also, Toy Cat, the man who reinvented the waiter. I'm just saying, We have machines that do this, and we don't need to have conversations with them. I like having conversations with people who want to have conversations with me, not people who want to have conversations with me because they worry that their literal life and death situation depends on how much I like them as a human being. Like, you don't need to be personable, man. You know, you can say, hey, I'm just here to deliver the food, but no, every waiter ever has to lie to you, or they literally don't get paid. That is an enforced system of, again, maybe some people love waitressing. Maybe that's their favorite thing in the world. But personally, you know, my mother worked as a waitress, fun fact. Her only praise of the job, like, she did it for years. She even, like, went back from being a manager to be back being a waitress, because she's like, you make more money that way. But it's like, the one praise was money, you know? Like, no one's ever like, I love this for the job, you know? I just live for delivering food to people and having polite conversations where I hope they choose to give me money. But whatever. You know, I need the advice. I live stream on Instagram, me drawing and talking, similar to what you do. I don't know how you keep the conversation going and other advice you have. Honestly, like, this goes without saying, but like, if you can't continuously talk, you don't need to. I think most streams work better when you're like saying focused things. Apparently it's called stream of consciousness, when you just keep on blurting out whatever words are in your head. And people sometimes like what we're doing here. But the number of live stream chats I get are just like, Toycat, stop talking. You've been speaking for an hour now. Or 33 minutes and 10 seconds now. Actually a little less because that was before the stream. But like, I've been speaking for half an hour now. You need to shut up at least some point in there. Right now, we're gonna see someone like that in there. Some people, yeah, some people like that. Some people don't. I need to take a drink real quick. Another fun fact about Toycat's family: his grandmother's from Sri Lanka. Oh yeah, my ethnic makeup is very odd. Like, I think it's like a sign of the modern world, of the fact that I'm like, oh yeah, like partly Irish, partly Asian, some amount British and some amount vaguely European. You know, basically all. But if you think about it, I mean, minus the Asian, but like, you know, all of the UK's key allies, right? Is it just water in the fishbowl today? This could be any clear liquid in the world. It could be methanol. I could be drinking myself blind. You know, I could be lying about having a good day. Because I am like the waiter here today. If you think about it, I make my money based on how many people decide they want to support me. And if I seem happy... Actually, I've always wondered, like, I would be willing to bet that if I was, like, sad and, like, was willing to, like, talk about it, I would probably make more money. But I never like to think about it that way. Like, I would prefer to make it... I like to believe that more of you are like, hey, you know, I'll tip this guy. He was very interesting. I'm as Welsh as you are Asian, says Chantal X. Lee. I'm disappointed in how un-Welsh you are. You know, this is a very sad thing. My bet's on sulfuric acid. Just slowly burning away my insides. But yeah, so the way, like, the way you can hold a conversation really depends on, like, what sort of conversation you want to have. There's not one fixed style. Obviously, when you're watching my streams, we're, like, always talking. And that's because I always have more things that I want to say than I have the space to say. Like, my brain is working faster than my mouth, and it's, like, a problem. Because I say a lot of dumb things, because my brain turns off momentarily, and then, like, switches subject. Some people say it's like a symptom of ADHD. What? This annoys me on the internet. There's this giant community, like, clearly overrepresentative. Like, the number of... It's like every, like, fifth person has, like, symptoms of ADHD, and it's like, well, either, you know, like, at some point, if everyone had, like, it's the same with, like, on the internet, you see a lot of, self-diagnosis for a lot of things, but in particular, you see it, you know, really high with ADHD. You see it a lot with, anxiety and stuff, and at some point, it's like, well, if 1/4 of people, or 1/5 of people, or whatever, have these symptoms, either, like, we have this super widespread mental defect, or, you know, more realistically, more likely, I would say, what it is just, if enough people are like a thing, it's a personality trait more than it's a thing. Also, oh, isn't this instant breaking just so nice? Oh, Netherite pickaxe, efficiency 5, it's my jam. Speaking of jam, though, hey, thank you, Anthony McGarry. Speaking of jam, you can stream whatever you want. and stream whichever style you like. Honestly, you just gotta work out like, how do I, you know, how do people enjoy my conversation, or even what you want to do. Like, people don't like when I go on giant stream of consciousness rants in real life, but apparently they like it on the internet. You know, you guys are better than my real friends. My real friends are like, you know, shut up, you've been talking about electric scooters for 20 minutes now. But like, I love like explaining things to like people. Like I find like cracking the nut of like explaining an issue to someone who doesn't get it. When you like get there, it's like good. You know, I've worked out like common, not mnemonics, but like common literary devices. Maybe, I'm not sure what word I'm going for. But it's fun, you know. Has Toycat given his opinion on the new Nether tracks? They are good. Also, I haven't noticed the coal mining thing yet, but it sounds kind of good. Shut up, been talking about electric scooters for 20 minutes now. I'm buying a new electric scooter today, actually. I got a puncture in my old one, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna fix this. I kind of wanted a new one anyway, because like I started looking at the new ones while I was like at the store to fix it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I could do some more range, do some more cool stuff, because like a battery deteriorates over time anyway. And honestly, you know, this is one of my like biggest gripes with the world. Why do batteries degrade over time? Like, I know it's unavoidable. It's like, it's just how life goes, etc. But just batteries dying over time is responsible for 99% of the world's problems. I'm pretty sure. Tell me if I'm wrong there, chat friends. But just so many tech products that like should last for a long time. Like the battery being like dead just kills a lot of them, you know? Like, especially something like an electric. Like, I actually do wonder, like, I've heard this, but I think one of the things I worry about with electric cars, because I love the idea of electric everything. Like, the fact that we don't have electric cars in 2020 as the standard is shocking to me. But like, if batteries downgrade over time, as someone with a differently diagnosed
As somebody with 3 different diagnosed mental disorders, it genuinely disgusts me when people self-diagnose their personality trait of a mental disorder.
Yeah, like, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what the internet's really good at doing is connecting you with people who are like-minded. And like, you can create a community around pretty much anything, right? And for some reason, like, people who have like similar personality traits will group together, and then someone will be like, hey, I have X mental illness because of Y personality trait, and they'll be like, I have Y personality trait, therefore I have X mental illness. And I think that's really unhealthy. I think because especially like the reason the reason we need to have like certain, you know, things be like that is so we can be like, oh yeah, you have the thing, and it's a thing, you know, we'd like to fix, but it's, you know, it's kind of outside your control. Whereas if we say that, like, oh yeah, everyone has social anxiety, because everyone does. Like, tell me a person who goes in social situations like that they're not familiar with and isn't a tiny bit nervous, and I'll find you a liar, you know. But as a result, like, people who do have the thing are just like, oh, it's just the same as everyone else. And people, and the other side is like people who just like kind of have it weaker, like, oh yeah, this is an unchangeable mental illness that you can't try to change. And if you tell me that like running away and into a corner is bad, then you are, you know, like, you get really bad ends on both sides of that. When you turn something into when you turn a personality trait into a mental illness and vice versa, you get bad results for both sides of it. I know neurotypical mentally healthy people, they're so weird. I don't know a single person who is... Actually, I know one guy that, like... I've got one friend, I'm pretty sure, that's pretty standard as a guy. Like, he's just a normal guy, plays some video games, works as an engineer. You know, he's never been like, oh yeah, I have X or Y. Oh my god, did you see that weird bounce? It hit the ghast's corpse and went flying sideways. Lithium ion degradation is a side effect of how it even works at all. If it didn't degrade, it wouldn't work in the first place. Sucks, but there you go, says the Fusion Warrior. Oh, you're called the Fusion Warrior. You should know all about how batteries work. That's probably a misguided comment, because I'm an idiot. But you know what else is true? No offense, but you look like you're addicted to coffee and couldn't get your hands on any for a week. Hey, you know, I am addicted to coffee, and actually, no, I'm not in this life. People who are addicted to coffee, like, man, things that are like, I've wanted to get into coffee for so long. Like, pretty much every vice in the world, I've tried to get tried to get like into, like, you know, like smoking. I was like, I want this to feel good. It doesn't feel good. Coffee tastes so bad. You know, alcohol, I thought like, oh yeah, if you just get past the shakes, you know, like, you know, whatever. No, like, alcohol tastes some degree of like, oh yeah, this is kind of tasty for a little bit if you water it down enough. But I've never been one of those guys like, yep, you just drink from the bottle and it's really tasty, this cleaning liquid that smells like death. I don't understand how people get addicted to anything. Like, there must be like signals in your brain that like get turned off to allow, like, I'm sure we'll find this out like when we're better at DNA study, but I'm sure like there are genes that make you better and worse at being addicted to things. The only addiction I have is food, and it's literally like a requirement to stay alive. Also, I'm starting a new chapter in my life, July 20th. Won't have time for your streams anymore, but I'll still try to see them, and I'll always support you. Thank you, Chunky9. I'm sorry to lose you, Mr. Chunky. But you know, I'm more happy that you're entering a happy, I hope, new chapter of your life. I should have done that the other way around, shouldn't I? I'm more happy that you're starting a new happy chapter of your life. Or, again, presumably happy. You know, it could be that you're going to prison. That's kind of a new chapter in a book if you really think about it. Bad influence, Toy Cat. No, that's not in the slightest. I just said that, like, I tried those things and they're not fun. If that's a bad influence, like, you know, I know you're all 13-year-olds here, chat. I get that, but I also, oh, we probably lost some blackstone. Oh no, it's gone down there. We're good. We're good. We can get that. In fact, let's get that. Let's grab all this blackstone first. Let's grab this stuff too. And all of this stuff. There's a lot that fell on the ground, you know? And then let's go get the blackstone down there. You're a bad influence. You should not be encouraging people to do maths. But like, you know, we can... I know for a fact that Native Americans... Like, I don't know whether it's because of evolution or whether it's because of like pure chance. Again, not a scientist, but I know they are addicted at higher rates than you know, like, you know, whatever other, like any other, you know, race grouping. Like it tends to be a thing. You can, therefore you do, like, but I also think that there must be like certain genes you can get, because like if there, it implies there are like addiction genes maybe that are more common in certain groupings than others or whatever. But I wonder if there's the opposite, if there are anti-addiction genes, like your body telling you, hey, stop this right now. Because like I can't do too much of anything without getting uncomfortable. Like if I drink like a mild amount of caffeine, my body shakes and I like hear voices. It's a whole problem. All of the voices, crystal meth explains a lot. I have not. Oh wait, there's a fun story, but I have not tried. I have not tried crystal meth. I know someone who did. And like, there's this thing that I can't tell this story in the stream. You're all 13-year-olds. You don't need to hear about Toy Cat's meth joke story. So what you do need to hear about. I love wearing jeans. I wish they could prevent you from addiction. Oh Lord! Thank you, Jack Gamming. We are 14. No, you are 13. You dumb-ums. What's going on, Mr. Jack? Hope you're doing well today, Mr. Jack. You know what? This Jack guy needs to get off the stream, am I right? See, look, it's funny. Is this part of the Bastion? I don't think it is. Yeah, I'm gonna make the astute observation that it's not. So this is gonna be a real nightmare to like mine through. Don't know how we'll do it, but we'll work it out. So there are genes that make you more likely to be addicted. There are genes that make you others repulsed by addiction. See, I always hear these things, but it never, like... Actually, wait, here's a question, chat. Do you think if you could, like, pay a certain amount of money, that would, like, for, like, you know, for a gene that would make you never able to be addicted to anything, would you take it? Because I would argue, like... Also, there are gene tags for addiction, so if your parents did it, you'd have the gene tag be more likely to be addicted. Also, people get addicted by social or desperate situation. Both my grandmother and my grandmother, my biological father, and my biological mother, all are smokers. Like, there's that I could be wrong, but smoking is something. If you've ever tried smoking, it sucks so bad. Like, you only do it because you're addicted or because you want to be cool and you're a middle schooler, you know? Like, those are the two reasons to smoke. And the fact that, like, you know, I can point out, like, not only both my parents, but, like, further up the line. Also, I'm the same with caffeine. My hands shake like crazy. Yeah, I know what the deal with that is. Also, yes and no, I'm addicted to my hobbies, but I don't want to be addicted to nicotine. Yeah, I was going to say, like, I almost was going to say, like, oh, yeah, I'm, like, mildly addicted to, like, work, air quotes, I guess you could say. But I realized even then, like, I have a problem. Whenever I think I'm addicted to working, I'm like, okay, I need to just take some time off. I need to make sure that I'm, like, that I'm not just doing this exclusively. Always a worry. So I think I might literally be... Maybe it's literally just like, yeah, I'm not able to stay static long enough to be addicted to stuff like that. My inventory is such a mess. Don't know how this always happens, but you better believe it does. The uncombined bows in this inventory. I don't know how I even, like, don't you think skeletons drop too many arrows? Sorry, too many bows. Like, it seems like a bug. It's such a time-consuming pain because there's no, like, proper combined repair system. But you know, we got here. It took me some time, but now we have one bow that's functional, and it's nice. We also got some gold we can brew up into a thing. Got some ghast tears and some magma cubes and some bones, and there we go. We're good now. So, I feel like it's broken. I'm addicted to this high quality content, says Silica. Hey! Like, you might actually be right. Like, I would argue, like, most people watch the same, you know, YouTubers, same whatever, TV shows for a certain number of years and then stop. Like, there are very few shows you can point to that go past 10 seasons. Like, you know, The Simpsons is on 30-something, but so many people have stopped watching it. It's gone crazy down in the viewerships. Like, South Park's in the mid-20s, but still, like, it loses viewership every single year. Most people do lose interest in forms of entertainment after a while. I had this year of my life. I know this is, like, dumb to consider this, like, a big thing for me, but, like, I play a lot of games. This is just a part of who I am. There was this year of my life where my 360, which was my primary console, got the red rings of death. And I just remember that year I just didn't play games. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I did other things then. And I remember after it was done, getting back into gaming, being like, you know, I don't want to go back to that life. I don't want to... I like this life. I like having a 360. I like having a console to, you know, to play on again. I like video games. But so maybe that's like my one addiction. I'm also very addicted to food. I've got like a problematic relationship with food. Full on, you know. One Piece over 900 episodes, but 900 episodes is still like 30 seasons, and like plus Japanese shows, whole different ball game, right? Like, let's make that clear right now. We're gonna have to go down and pick those up. Oh no, we don't. Easy. Actually, is there a bit down there? There's no bits down there. Nice. Whew. So we're gonna be in a rough spot to go back to streaming once a week, says Tiffany. I generally wonder, right, like, how many people... I keep moving around my apartment and this damn fly is following me. Just saying, summer is the worst season. How many flies do you find in winter? A few, actually, I think. But, like, I really do think... You know, I was talking earlier about some Minecraft YouTubers that, like... It's also true for a lot of genres, but, like, it happens a lot in the gaming space. YouTubers leave for a bit, and then when they come back... their view totals are way down. It's the same with streamers. A lot of streamers are on this this worrying, like, for their health at least, grind, where if they leave for a day, a lot of people won't renew their subscriptions. You know, like their channel memberships here on YouTube, their Twitch subs on Twitch, and you know, like like every single gaming, you know, like particularly gaming content, I'm sure, like I could be wrong, relies on this like idea of like you only watch because like it's what you've always done. You liked something once and now you continue to do it. And I don't know, it's like a scary constant reminder that like, you know, you miss a day and there's gonna be some people who don't see you after it. And I've always had that, like, I've now, like, the reason that I had like this big like I stopped streaming as much because I was like, if I stream every day for a while and then I stop streaming every day, a lot of people are going to be like, huh, no Toy Cat stream today. Never again will they watch a Toy Cat stream. I want these streams to be random. I don't want anyone to be here because like, hey, yep, just here for the daily Toy Cat stream. Because I'm horrified at that reality that you exist. People only watch because that's what they have always done. And there you go. Now you know about my fears in life about being replaced. I think I mentioned before, like, I think I've said before that, like, loyalty, like, on a personal level is just important. Because I've had so many, you know, disloyal people in my life. And, you know, you should probably, personally, I like a real sense of that. Having, like, fake loyalty is not ideal, in my opinion. And now you understand me as a human being. There you go. Do you like that? Is that fun? Meth Story says Prince of the Realm. No, it's like a very UK specific thing. Like, no one else will even get it. It'll just be like, someone's going to be like, oh, I can't believe Toy Cat would tell a story to all his 13-year-old fans. And it's going to be like, no, I don't know. You gotta, there's this big worry. Also, woke up at 6 AM to 6 PM to find out you're streaming. Off topic, but I know, what do you know, friend? I know words advice for people who feel depressed and hopeless, says Caitlin Smith. Tell us the meth story, please. You know what? I'll just say that it was meth, but spelled with a P instead of a T. There you go. Okay, we got this. We got this. Also, tea is a good addiction. Yeah, I would argue tea is probably a good addiction, actually. I don't know. My personal argument, like, I've got this, like, strong bias against any like, I'm so anti-addiction, like, this is really dumb, but, like, people have this, like, something I like to call lifestyle addiction. Hey, how old are you? Also, rip my sleep schedule, says Rosie. Okay, so I'm going to talk about lifestyle addiction in a second. No, wait, I'll talk about what's to do if you're feeling depressed in a second. You know, if you're depressed, you'll probably be depressed in 10 seconds, but you'll stop caring about lifestyle addiction. And I'll stop remembering what I'm saying in that amount of time. So, there's this thing that I like to call lifestyle creep, lifestyle addiction. Like, there's a lot of words for it. Like, if, I've seen it happen, like, secondhand a few times in my life. And it's this basic idea that you, oh, there's some blackstone down there. It's this basic idea that, like, when you earn more, or when you have access to more money, because it's not even earning more money at a job, but, like, if you suddenly come into money, a lot of people, you know, like, again, for whatever mean, it's usually working, but it's not always working. If you have access to more money, you have access to more spending, and people just, like, immediately raise their expectations about what they expect. Like, you know, personally, I really like McDonald's, and if you like McDonald's too, that's great. But then suddenly you start earning $1,000 a month because, you know, I don't know, you work for a company that pays that amount, and now, like, oh yeah, you can't just afford McDonald's. You can afford to go eat at what is higher class, like a Wendy's. Is Wendy's more expensive than McDonald's? Maybe you go to Five Guys every day because, you know, I can afford it. I don't need to go for those $3 McDonald's burgers. I can afford the $8 Five Guys burgers. I am feeling the highlight now. And then what happens is, instead of feeling that, like, enjoyment that you're spending more at Five Guys becomes the new normal. You spend $8 instead of $3. Again, I don't know how much a McDonald's burger costs in America. I'm sorry if that's really far off for both those things. But you spend $8 instead of $3. You get effectively the same amount of happiness, but it costs you more. And then people do this in all sorts of aspects of their life. Like, oh yeah, I'll get a more expensive car, more expensive apartment, more expensive, like, you know, laundry detergent. Like, every single thing just goes up without, like, you know, just because I can get away with it. Like, no structural things. And then you don't feel happy about each step. It just feels like the new normal. And then you've blown your money on this, like, lifestyle addiction. Like, this idea that you can feel fancier. $1 from the dollar menu. But, like, in the UK, there's, like, cheap burgers, but they're, like, you know, they're, like, you need, like, multiple of them to really equal a real burger from a normal place. Maybe that's not true in America. I don't know for sure. But yeah, so it's a problem that, like, a lot of people run into. Like, it's whenever someone says on stream, it's few and far between, but, like, oh yeah, I just got a job doing this. It's like that's like the one thing that can, like, save your life or save you a lot of, like, pain. It's just like, don't get caught up by lifestyle creep. Just because those people working around you buy the expensive laundry detergent, you don't need it to. Just because everyone else is eating out, getting, you know, $20 lunches, don't do it because you feel like, oh, it's easy and I can. Do things because you want to, not because you feel obliged to. That's like a real addiction people have. Like, you know, like I have to drive my Mercedes A-Class. Is that a car? E-Class? I-Class? B-Class? You know, are they drugs or are they Mercedes cars? I don't know. Would you do a 1.16 Never Only Realm experiment? I thought about it, but I just didn't think it'd be very interesting. Like, where's the experiment in that? It's just join people, see what they do in the Nether. I might use it as part of a future experiment, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Talk about healthy addictions and the fine line between them. Well, that's the thing, right? I'm so like, I try to avoid doing anything. Like, again, I would describe an addiction is doing things not because you want to do them, but because you feel compelled to do them. I browse social media, with the exception of like certain subreddits, but I browse social media, you know, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever else. I browse them not because I want to, I browse them because like, I just, you know, like it makes the happy thing go off my head. I'm not improved as a person by the end. I don't feel good. I just feel like satisfied. I feel good, you know, I feel okay, and I satisfy the part of my brain that wanted to do it. But, you know, like when you're addicted to smoking. Also, refreshing Caitlin Smith's question. Any words of advice for people who feel depressed and are hopeless? Hey, thank you, Mischievous. Appreciate you helping out Caitlin Smith. But you know what? Caitlin Smith, you're a nice person. So, I was going to be like, you know what? Caitlin, I don't know where I was going with that, so I figured, you know, we'll play it safe. We'll be nice. So, if you're depressed and hopeless, because, you know, life can feel depressing and hopeless in the best of times. And, you know, right now is objectively not the best of times, right? Don't know if you guys have heard, but things seeming real bad in some places now. So if you're feeling, ooh, I really don't like the way we have to mine around this and how carefully we have to do it. If you feel like there's like no real future, because, you know, like that's one of the scariest things to feel as a human being is that like your life is peaked, or like, you know, there's just nothing better coming off this. This is your best moments are behind you. Your only bad is ahead of you. You know, things that other people appreciate and value are no longer happening. That's like a scary, worrying feeling. The just not having desire or motivation to do anything besides the bare basic functions, and sometimes not even wanting to do those. Like I've been there. But the only advice really, like, again, this is actually like everyone gives us as advice that is bad, like people hate this. So I'm just saying this is like where this helped. This is what I did. I didn't hear this from anywhere. It was just like my idea. I was like, I'm just gonna make a list of things that would make me happy and do make me happy, you know? Like what is objectively something, because like even when you're depressed, there's something that would excite you. Even if it's like, oh yeah, I'd really like to go, I don't know, to Disneyland, or, you know, I'd be excited if I had insert person here in my life more, or I'd be excited if, you know, whatever like dumb particular goal it is, because, you know, all goals are dumb, but like that's fine. You can ironically set goals if you feel like non-ironically doing it is bad for you. But just like work out what does make you happy and then build goals towards them. Work out what steps lie between you and those things that you really want, and then start working on those steps. Because I feel like most people's form of depression, you know, like the form where like even showering is like this disastrous task that you don't really want to do. Bye, gotta go, says Minecraft Addiction. Goodbye, Mr. Minecraft Addiction. If like the lack of like goal, the lack of like reason to do things, like, you know, like not showering is a thing you do because like, well, what's the point in showering? And well, what's the point in X thing is a really valid question you can ask about pretty much anything in life, I would say. So I'm really scared. I hear a magma cube somewhere. It's gonna be down there. He's gonna knock me in, isn't he? I wonder how deep down this goes, actually. Should we find out? Is it? Oh god, okay. Now we know how deep down it goes. That's useful knowledge to have. Never dig straight down. You guys heard that tip? I bet you haven't. I bet you haven't. Whew. Power is flickering. It's storming here. I find it crazy that people live in places where, like, your power is like sometimes there, sometimes not. You need to live somewhere where the power works all the time. So yeah, that was a scary situation. Anyway, speaking of scary situations, we're gonna just place an extra block over here and over there. I can hear a magma cube. Oh, okay, somewhere around here. I guess that was it. Okay, we're good. So yeah, like the lack of why do a thing. You know, it's like it's such a basic but important thing to work out. Like why do anything? Because so much of your life you're not in charge of setting your own goals, your own reasons. And so many people get to the point where like, oh yeah, all of a sudden I'm allowed to, but like, what do I want to do? It's like a genuine and hard to answer question. Like, what is the point, I hear you ask? And the answer is, you know, is there really one? The point is you find your own reason and goals and you have to work towards them. And it's hard to do that. It's hard that all of it, like, the responsibility of being an adult, the responsibility of being a human being. Because I would say, like, people like to be like, adulthood starts at 18. Adulthood can start at, like, 12 if you're an orphan who has to raise your baby brother or whatever. Or, like, you're the carer for your parents at the same time. And, you know, like, adulthood doesn't have to start till 30 if you've got, like, a, you know, like, a rich parent who, like, bails you out of every problem you run into. Like, taking responsibility for yourself is when you become, like, an actual adult that's really in the world. And a lot of people, like, have that transition into, like, hey, I'm the dude who does stuff now. But the world doesn't treat you like you're a person worthy of respect. The world doesn't treat you like a real... should we throw away the potion pot? Let's throw away the crossbow. There we go. The world doesn't treat you like a real person, adult thing. The world treats you like... Again, the world has a real hard time transitioning into you are a person who makes decisions for themselves. It's super interesting. It's super interesting because it means that, you know, and it's understandable as to why, like, how else would we measure these sorts of things? But I find people get trapped in the cycle of, like, I don't even know where or what or how or why. And maybe that helps for you. That's what helps for me. Obviously, if you are feeling depressed right now, speak to someone about it. Work out what works for you, because everyone is different, and what works for me is not going to work for you. Well, true for a lot of things, by the way. Thanks, Toycat, at the very least. Your videos and your streams help me feel happier, at least for a bit. I think that the long-term solutions are always going to be much harder. But I think the simple thing is, like, hey, if you work out, if you have all the things that you feel like someone should have, and even then you're feeling kind of down or whatever, it's always worth speaking to someone, you know? Like, I'm always a big, like, advocate for, like, hey, go do a therapy, friends. Reason you should go do a therapy is because, the reason you should go do a therapy is because, you know, like, there's lots of complicated things, like, turn into worrying circles and stuff like that. And, although, like, a lot of the time, like, okay, wait, the solutions for depression from the outside world are very few and far between. You'll find almost anyone who has anything to say about, like, hey, what do I do if I'm depressed? Is going to say something that basically comes from the inside of you, or they're going to say, like, oh yeah, there's pills for that. But I'm always, like, cautious to recommend those pills to anyone because I've never seen someone who has the side effects not be worse or comparable to the depression itself. Depression, like, the pills are there as, like, the last resort. And this is, like, a dumb thing to say, but, like, I think it's important what we've got an audience. A lot of people here that, like, medical science can solve a lot of things, but right now it doesn't solve depression, it just, like, plasters over it very poorly. Not gonna lie, this is all getting really deep because I've been depressed for 5 years now. I feel like I lost my childhood 5 years ago. Again, I want to clarify, I'm not a psychoanalyst doctor. Well, I'm not a person who knows real things. This is my thinking, feeling on the spot. I could be entirely... Oh, I thought there was some left to get. I could be entirely off here, and if that is the case, then I'd just like you to know. I'm going to mine these blackstone blocks. I'm not going to add them to the total, because this is clearly a blackstone ore pile. But it just looks kind of ugly and like I've missed some if I leave it here. So we're going to add this to the chest that's not part of it. Oh, I hate magma cubes so much. So, yeah, again, I'm just rambling the words and the thoughts that are in my head. But yeah, I think there are such things as, like, positive addictions. Because I think you really can be addicted to anything. Like someone said earlier, like, oh yeah, I wouldn't want to get the pill because I like being addicted to my hobbies. Being addicted to something is nice because, like I was saying, that one of the skills in being an adult, being a real human being, is in working out, you know, working out what to do and when and why. You know, working out why to do things sounds dumb, but it's a real challenge. Like, what is the point in the systems we do? Like, you know, if you picture like a middle manager who just goes around and talks to employees being like, hey, I think you should be doing this today. It's casual Friday. You know, that sounds like hell, you know, hellish existence to a lot of people. But yet someone does it, right? How long do we have fire resistance for? We've got it for another minute 43. I guess let's just go in here and let's hope for the best. Yep, that works for me. We got a block of Netherrack here. We're gonna stack up a little more. Ooh, this is like so slow. What? Oh, it's because I'm crouching. Megan Smith, thank you so much. Glad to catch a stream, even if a little bit. Need to allow myself a bit of time to rest and recharge. Ooh, okay, we're good. You can swim in lava now, by the way. Did you know that? Or I'm probably just flying. Probably just flying. Oh, I just want to get this block. That's all I'm trying to do here. Oh god. Okay, I think we broke the block there. That's a tragedy. Yeah, it's forcing me to fly, I think. Not what I want to do. Oh, we lost that one. Oh, we lost that one. You know, this is not a working system for us. You know, we have to continue though, so let's grab the blackstone from earlier. If we use blackstone, okay, you know, it's fine. We're gonna use blackstone from earlier. We're gonna place a block. Oh, I hate leeches in this so much. I want to talk, but thank you, Megan Smith. It's good to see you here today. And my favorite weather is probably, oh god, okay, even up here we can't guarantee anything. We got one of them at least. Hey, okay, no, I thought we picked it up, but it clearly burnt. Well, that was good. That was high quality. Let's just get out of there. Oh, real soon, real soon. Where's? Okay, let's just fly out. Live a happy life. It doesn't involve this in the slightest. Okay, that's the bridge dealt with. That was nice. Oh, I've got... My blackstone is, like, separated down now. Is the 59 what I just mined and the 13 from before? Ooh, yeah, I think that's how it is. Don't know for sure, but, you know, we've lost enough blocks now that it's, like, mildly shaky maps. There's, like, a margin of error of, like, 1% or so. Okay, so... She gave you money. Answer our question. No. You give me money and I'll answer your... No, wait. You give me money and I won't answer your questions. See how you like that. Wait. I'm not sure what point I'm trying to prove. I just, Blinker Blinker, also battling Bressons. It can take a while to find the right ones for you. Once you find them, it can work wonders. Please read my last message too, says Blinker Blinker. I did read it, right? Oh, no, I didn't. Right. Thank you for not avoiding difficult topics. Mental health is important, and even untrained internet cat can provide solid advice. I'm always so cautious because the right advice is different for everyone, right? And that's why you've always got to clarify, like, I am not the end-all be-all source, and you should never use me. Any science, medical issue is always based on the individual. The reason we need doctors, because, like, a lot of people think in the age of, like, online, like, why do we need doctors? In an ideal world, this doesn't always work, but the doctor can look at you as an individual and work out assumptions based on that, you know? Like, oh, yeah. You know, this thing has more side effects based on this, or, you know, like, whatever else, like, details, they can work it out based on who you are. And, okay, we need to get down here. And make a nice little staircase up, actually. I deserve a staircase up. Oh, we could just use this. That works for me also. Yeah, the reality is like, it doesn't work that way in all reality. But I just always want to be like, hey, not a doctor. Just giving my feeling, my stream of words that you can ignore if you really want to. In fact, I recommend ignoring it. Ignore everything I say. You know, when do I even say things worthwhile? 0% of the time, that's when. So yeah, let's mine up through here. Let's get up to the surface. And we'll make a little tunnel through here. It'll be nice. Oh, I love a good Netherite pickaxe on Blackstone mine. Well, there goes the 13. We remember it's 13. We've got to take 13, put it in a separate chest. Oh no, 64. Put 13 in the right chest. Whatever. It's clearly lost. We have no clue anymore. To to finish off on that. Oh, so Blinky Blinku says that exercise, eating enough, and sleeping well is key to improve mental health. Exercise releases endorphins and dopamine in similar levels to meds. That's 100% true. Also, yeah, I'm always like, a part of me is like, again, can I just respond just real quick and be like, the reason I didn't want to read it is because like, whenever someone says, hey, read my previous message, I'm gonna leave 5 messages, donate the minimum, and you know, try and use up as much like space as I can. I'm always like, you know, there is a way to, but like in this case, I'll just be like, yeah, the simplest thing you can do is you can just, if your life is running well, then the things built on top of your life, i.e. your mental health, your like, you know, stability, your like, all those things are built off just a basic, like the way I see life is, it's like a pyramid of needs, right? That's not even just me, that's a pretty common view of things. You can't have a well-functioning, you know, like, until you have like at least an okay amount of sleep, until you have like at least an okay amount of exercise, and until you're like eating at the regular intervals to fuel your body correctly, then you can't have the, you know, the next level up, which is like feeling safety. And if you can't have the next level up, which is like getting all the levels out of order, is very weird, because it's like, hey, I don't get it. I'm not eating correct, and I haven't slept in a while, and I'm not showering every day because I don't care about hygiene anymore. But yeah, I'm going somewhere really happy. I'm doing the happiest thing in the world, like, you know, maybe your crush is talking to you, or you're going to Disneyland. Those are only 2 happy things in my example today. Also, thank you, Triple Threat. I'm back with the text on my cat friend. Wait, is that the one that came up? No, it was Godfather 99X. When our realms stuff's come to PlayStation 4 in 20-something. Actually, no. I am really surprised they haven't done it yet. I don't know. I was sure it would be in 1.16. Why is it not in 1.16? There's a question for the ages, huh? Okay, I'm gonna quickly take a drink. I think I'm worth one. Ice cold water. Can I shill for something real quick? I really love ice cold water. Like, in theory, so then I'm gonna be like, you know how like every like Instagram beauty guru is always like, hey, here's this tea that makes you poop and then you lose weight because the poop takes up weight in your body. Ignore the health downsides. Let me do the same, but for ice cold water, right? So ice cold water is this like magical drink, because not only is it hydration, which we all agree, hydration important, right? Hydro homies. Not only do we agree hydration is important, but also it fills up a little bit of your stomach space so that you eat less. And like, again, if like me, you've got an overeating problem, water is great for that. But because it's ice cold, your body has, like, you know, it cools you down a little bit, and your body has to warm it up to like deal with it. I don't know what the logic is on that, but because your body's 37.5 degrees Celsius, I think it's 82 Fahrenheit. I don't care about your random degrees, but it's your body has to stay at certain degrees, and ice cold water below that degree temperature. So for every like, I think it's every like 10 or 100 milliliters, your body has to burn a calorie just like heating it up, because a calorie is just the amount of energy it takes to heat 1 milliliter of water by 1 degree. Fun fact. Megan Smith, I know getting help may seem hard, but after 8 long years, I'm starting to heal. Attempts on my life with brain damage and injury. Wait, I'm gonna make sure I get that one right. Attempts on my life left me brain damage and seizures. I now need 24/7 care. Don't wait. Oh man. So first of all, okay, yeah, no, I want to echo that message to everyone else. Like, trying and failing suicide is it's a very, very, very distraught process for anyone involved with that. And also, like, you know, like, if you like, right now, you might think your life is messed up. But no matter how messed up you think your life is, especially if you're young, like, even if you're not young, if you're relatively young, if you're over the age of 60, get out of there, you know? If you're depressed, you know, you're gonna die soon, so why even fix it? But if you're under the age of 60, and even if you were 60, you could have like 20 years left to live, but you have like statistically at least half your life in front of you, you watching this stream. If you're 13 years old, as we know you all are, you would have 7/8 of your life ahead of you. If you're even, 25 years old, you've got roughly 3/4, probably more because of life advancement. If you can get your life right? So, the key lesson is like your things can seem messed up now, but you usually only notice things are bad. Like, you don't notice when things are good, you notice when things are bad. So, Megan Smith, seems she's feeling happier now, but like she's probably upset about seizures, it sounds like. I don't know if you're I don't know if you like seizures or if you're against them, but like you secretly wish you didn't have them, probably, right? Is this impolite conversation? I'm not sure. I'm gonna at least slightly back up, but like you only notice when things are okay, thank God. I'm gonna get gold nuggets by mining one of these Guild Blackstone wrong. That's gonna break my heart. I returned for the 10th stream to donate $2. Thank you, Finmuela. Moolah. Did you know Moolah is how like if you're American, which you are based on your $2, Moolah is how they took the like U of the 2 dots in German into an English name. Because in English we don't have like all the wacky characters. So you take, A with 2 dots and you make it AE. You take U of 2 dots, make it UE. O with 2 dots, make it OE. Fun fact. That's why Dr. Oetker is like... Yeah, anyway, whole fun story. Anyway, you know what isn't a fun story, though? Cancel seizures. Petition to ban seizures. I'll take seizures back. Chat. I've had this controversial take for a while now. I am anti-depression and anti-seizures. Like, honestly, I think people who are pro-seizures are sick. I'm going to do the thing that people do on the internet all the time. I'm going to attack invisible enemies. Be like, ugh, these monsters who think seizures are okay. Yeah, so, like, you only notice when things in your life are bad. Like, one of the things, I've had, like, some form of digestive issue for as long as I can remember nowadays. Actually, it lines up roughly in the point of my life where I said I was eating, like, exclusively meat for a while. It was a dumb diet, but it's probably unrelated, but it's potentially related. But, like, my stomach, like, does not like me at all when I throw most good things into it. I still throw the good things into it, and I just have a lot of pain as a result, which is probably bad, bad life advice at Toy Cat. But like, you only notice when things get worse. Like, I hurt my knee. I fell off a skateboard. I decided to learn to skate at 24 because normal human being, definitely not a midlife crisis. So I decided to learn to skateboard, and I went really fast, and I like fell off my skateboard, like hit a car. And my knee like really hurt, but it was like, oh yeah, it's like I can walk home, so it's gonna be okay. Like my life lesson as a kid was like, if you can walk it off, it's all fine. But like now, even like every now and then, I just have like this intense like knee pain because I didn't like wait for it to heal. I didn't like deal with it. I was just like, it's fine, I'll leave it. I went climbing the next few days. Anyway, so because of the like I lost the ability to like instant heal. Like as a like teenager, if something hurts you, you just walk it off. Every single issue just vanishes. It's gone. And basically this is a oh god. How many piglins spawn? I guess it's a Bastion. I can't be doing that. And it's one of those. It's just a reminder that like you notice when things are bad. You don't notice when things are good. So like, I guess there's a lesson in that. Like, you can fix things now and still have a life 99% of people would desire. Like, I always like to mention this one as like, because people, like if you think about how some people have like an absurd amount of money, you probably don't have an absurd amount of money. If you do, guess what? Streamlabs.com/toycat. But oh god, what can we replace for this? We can throw this down for now. But every if you presumably don't have a lot of money and you think like, man, rich people who have a lot of money, their lives are so much better than mine. But most people who are wealthy, like, and this is statistically true, you accrue money throughout your life. Or at least, you're meant to. Not everyone does. But generally speaking, the older you get, the more you have. And, like, because You earn more money as you, like, most people earn, most between like 45 and 50 or so. I'm not offended by it, and I'm glad we're talking about it. I'm only 8 years old, managed to punch myself the other day during a seizure. I have grown and learned. Again, don't know if this is impolite to do, but that is hilarious to me. To be like, you know, I punched myself. You know, that was the moment I learned. This is a no-go for me. No bueno indeed. But no, I wish you luck in recovering in the near future. Or again, I don't know the situation. I don't know how seizures work or how any of that works. But good luck, unless you don't want good luck. In which case, bad luck. There you go. Hey, I'm 9 years old. Stole my mommy credit card. This is my first toy cat tax. Yay. I'm sorry. You have to be 13 years old to watch this stream. Any older, any younger, get out of there. We only talk to 13-year-olds here, friends. In a few years, this clip will be used against me, so I'm gonna not say that too much. But yeah, so why are you mining so much Blackstone? I mean, Blackstone's good for you, right? Don't you agree? Don't you think it's a good tool? I think it's a great tool. Throw the Gilded Blackstone on there. We got 55 Gilded Blackstone now. Look at that. This is the real resource we're here for. 13-year-old gang. Oh man, this. We've been streaming now for an hour and 22 minutes, and just the fortress just doesn't get smaller. Ooh. Anyway, so if you're neutral in terms of oppression, you have chosen the side of the oppressor, Desmond Tutu. I'm gonna... Okay, first of all, I actually disagree with that statement, but... Because the logic is... there's this funny thing I've heard, like, I think it's silence is violence, right? Like, oh yeah, if you say to everyone, you're either on my side or you're against me, like, those are the only two sides you can be. It's like, well, now, you've just turned your side... You've made the other side much stronger. Like, you're turning people into the opposite side from you. Like, most people are neutral about most things because not everyone cares about everything. If there is literally a tyrannical government killing systematically, oh god, I think those are the situations we think of, and like there is one perhaps situation where a tyrannical government is maybe killing a large number of people. Maybe that situation happened somewhere in the world recently, and you should care about that, right? But like a lot of people have this argument that like if you're not on my side of every issue, you're against my side in that particular issue. It's like that is how you make your side smaller. That's not how you make it bigger. No one's gonna be like, oh, you know what, I didn't. If you know, I don't know. I just want to throw that one out there. The like generally speaking, the more we poorly timed a nation. Oh, did I miss one? Using my mum's cousin's uncle. Also, when you said you found it quite funny, maybe giggling, I appreciate that. So my tough town's been made easier by bizarre, hilarious toy cat humor. I generally do think this is my, like, based on everyone I've ever spoken to, whenever there's like something bad, laughing about it, bringing it into the humor world is so much better than not. You know how there are some people who are like, oh yeah, you should never joke about serious things. Never make jokes. And I definitely think that like bad jokes and like jokes that don't come in place of warmth hurt more than they do good. But every person I've met who has like some more serious condition is like, please joke about it. Or like there's some like elephant in the room, like, hey, you know my nose, let's make a joke about it. Or like, you know, I know I'm a tubby blue whale. Like whatever like thing it is, right? If you just don't reference it, it's so like the elephant in the room. I mean, literally in the case of the example I just gave. But the elephant in the room, right, is always going to be more awkward if you just don't address it. Like there's this funny thing where it's like, let's just pretend that you gotta pretend that certain factors about certain people don't exist. Like, it's a very weird world where you just gotta be like, oh yeah, you just, like, everything should be addressed and then hopefully unaccounted for. Like, hey, if you are a different type of X than I am of Y, let's acknowledge that, you know? Okay, I have my birthday and I'm 13 now. I was kidding about using my mommy's credit card. Such my brother's, cousins, uncles, friends, dog trust money. You know, suspiciously close to Alina Khan's message. You know, I reckon you two are in cahoots. Also, love you. Thank you for the dogs. Also, dogs trust fund. That's very cute. That's very, very cute. My favorite thing is making other people uncomfortable about my own illnesses by joking about them. You know what, Chantal X Lee, right now in front of 2,871 people, Joke about your illness. Right now. Give us a joke. Right now. Do it. I wanna laugh, and I want everyone else here to know about your illness. You said this, so it's fine. We are not in cahoots. That's what you would say if you were in cahoots, though. So I mean, I don't know what to believe anymore. But clearly not the internet. But yeah, so oh, should we finish the Burger King tangent? You know what? Let's never finish the Burger King tangent. We're never going back to it. It's never happening. Also, this pickaxe is so close to dead now, huh? This is basically over. Hey, how you doing, friend? You doing good? I'm glad to hear about it. So why aren't you speedrunning right now? Says Handy PE. I really want to try for the speedrun record because they just reset the leaderboards. I'm very excited for it. Some of the best Toy Cat stories are unfinished. Honestly, maybe a story's better if you never finish it. If you never finish a story, like you know that meth story from earlier, whatever you're imagining in your head is way better than whatever the real story is. I'm just gonna ruin it for you right now and say that. Like whatever story you imagined, way worse than. So I was telling someone about my heart conditions, and I said, oh, it's okay, some people have it a lot worse. And they said, oh, you have a good heart. And I said, I mean, not really. 10 out of 10 moment. There you go. That's good. I like that. There we go. Like, I think especially, like, you joking about it's better than someone else doing it. Because what I like to do, like, I like to, like, throw in a joke and then see if people deal with it well. And if they don't, be like, you know, this is, guess you don't joke about that one, huh? And then I make a joke about me instead, and I'm like really mean to myself. Like you know, like if someone really doesn't like it when you tear them down, they will like it if you tear yourself down to like smithereens. It's like, well, you know, I look like, who's that one guy I look like from Stranger Things? Or like, you know, at least, you know, like I feel like tearing yourself down as a countermeasure just in case it goes badly. And it's like now we're both at nothing, and you know what, friends who. Best way to be friends with someone is if you both think nothing of yourself. That's bad advice. But no, I really do think like a lot of friendships, I think it's dumb. This is like a very schoolyard thing, right? But like a lot of friendships do have this element to them of like, oh yeah, this only works because it's socially advantageous for us both. I think the less that people think about themselves, the better their friendships and relationships will be. So, I have dyslexia, but I'm great at maths. When I say I forget how to spell most words, they are very surprised. You have to... Oh, Lord, why did I do that? Okay, okay, that's a problem. That's a big problem. That's a big problem. I'm gonna have to deal with this, like, ASAP, I reckon. Ooh, don't like this one at all. So let's just get ourselves in here. Where's the lava coming from? It's coming from up there. Okay, that's easy enough to fix, right? We just have to... Okay, we can't mine through here, but we can mine down a few blocks. And we can try and get in there from, like, above and the side. We're going to make sure we have, like, a block to replace... there we go. See, look at this. Look at me, the pro lava remover. And then we just place a block back there. And now the lava flows away. And we'll deal with that later, and then the lava won't be a problem. Easy solution, easy issue. That's why we shouldn't mine through here, as much as we clearly are doing right now. It is a bad thing to be doing. Anyway, so, just showing what's the conversation topic, says Max Hunter. I was talking about how you should make fun of people with disabilities, I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't phrase it that way, though. But no, I want to clarify, actually. I feel like, again, only do this if you feel like the person is vaguely friends with you. Don't do it with strangers or like wants to be friends with you. It's a good way to show like friendliness, in my opinion. Like maybe just me. Again, I think there's like good ways to bring something up and bad ways, and like jokes are generally a good way to feel for something. Because some people are like aren't like good with themselves, you know. Like, one of the worst things is, like, if you point something out about someone that they don't know about themselves, bad way to learn is through a joke about it. Because they'll be like, oh, yeah, this is... Actually, no, one of the funny things is, like, there are so many things that people would prefer you tell them about than learn via Just like, so, like, rather than learning themselves. Like, if you get all the way through a day and you realize, like, oh yeah, turns out you had, I don't know, like a bloody nose. Your nose was bleeding all day and you didn't realize. That's a bad example. This is the best I can do, I'm sorry. When, someone literally almost killed you. I wanna also, you was really fast, never tie yourself down to make someone else accountable, says the day tripper. No, okay, wait, first of all, I want to clarify, don't literally tear yourself down in a way that makes you uncomfortable, but, like, but if you are comfortable with the idea of, like, yep, like, if you don't think so highly of yourself that, like, a joke about your own worst bits makes someone feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel uncomfortable about being torn down, then don't tear yourself down. But if you want to be more comfortable about tearing yourself down, then it's a pretty good idea. And if you want someone else to be comfortable about them being torn down, or like they're worried about it, or whatever, or you tore someone down by accident, like you said, hey, what's with the fake wheelchair, huh? And they're like, I need this. I was in a car accident 26 years ago. I've considered suicide every day since. And be like, well, you wouldn't believe that I'm lactose intolerant and I eat cheese, even though I'm addicted to meth. Actually, no, that happened to me once, where someone was like, you know, they felt awkward about a thing, then they're like, oh yeah, you couldn't tell it by looking at me, but I was seriously addicted to meth. I could tell by looking at them, but I didn't mention it, and I was like, hey, yeah, there we go. Now we're all good. Now we're even. You know, you know, sometimes if you bring someone else down, you feel bad about it. Just bring yourself down further. That is my life pro tip. Chat, stop using lag machines. A lot of people genuinely think that when the chat goes fast, their stream's lagging. I find that quite amusing. Anyway, so I was talking about lying because when you like everyone thinks that telling the truth is so hard to do, but I think lying is much easier, and it's like so ingrained to like, and people think that they don't want lies, they want the truth. But again, all of the evidence actually points to the contrary, and allow me to prove that to you, because again, all of the, like most of the situations, how does one even start being addicted to meth? I've always wanted to know. Right? Like, I wish I'd asked my one, like, meth-addicted friend, like, so how did that one happen? You know, what's the deal with that then, huh? Like, was it fun? Did someone get you into it? Or you, like, trafficked as a child? Like, have you ever read Fahrenheit 451? If so, what do you think about it? I have not. So I think it's a bad measurement system for temperature, and then it's a number that is kind of high. Anyway, so actually wait, chat. I learned this? I saw this post that I thought someone was trolling with recently, but then someone who was sitting next to me was like, no, that's freaky. But I saw this tweet that's like, WTF, I literally can't get over the fact that 51 is dividable by, 51 is dividable by 17. So chat, I want to ask, and then like, I thought it was the person like messing with me so bad, and then I asked my mother, because I had a lovely phone call, not real life conversation, good guy toy cat, not spreading diseases. But, and then my mother was like, I don't like that fact. It's like, she's not on the internet, so she's not being ironic. Like, she doesn't understand irony. Maybe she does, actually. But, I was just like, what is this? What is life? You know, baby, don't hurt me no more. Don't get me wrong, but like, why is 51 being dividable by 17 like an uncomfortable fact? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone like, is this real for you too? 51 divided by 17 is the weirdest math problem ever. Is it though? Is it really? How's that 103 achievement thing going? 103 achievement thing?
I have a theory that we each have finite number of Fs to give. I think I am running low, so I do not give an F as much as I used to. Here is your allowance.
my fear, I would agree with that on a more fundamental level, right? Like, you can only, every single thing, like, this is like it's like a human imperfection that's kind of a cool thing, depending on how you see it. But, like, we're like, taught to believe at any point in life that the thing that we're dealing with right now is the most important thing. Like, oh yeah, okay, we're getting buckets and we're getting shulker boxes. We need to remember both those things. Buckets and shulker boxes. It feels like it should be prime because 17 is prime and 51. It just feels like it should be divisible by something. Yeah, 61 is prime and so is 41. But 51 is divisible by 17. And a lot of people don't like that one, apparently. I don't know, but it's real uncomfortable, says Holy Water. Like, if it wasn't so widely shared, I'd be convinced the internet and was getting together to goof me. But then it's just an uncomfortable fact, apparently. And I don't understand. How does maths make people uncomfortable? But apparently it does. And that's just something I've got to get over or something. Anyway, we're gonna grab some gunpowder from the potion chest. I've got a lot of it, by the way. We could make some TNT, huh? That would be nice. Barrels and ender chests. Oh yeah, an ender chest would be a good idea. I don't know why I don't have one. Do I have ender chests in my ender chest, actually? Hey, I do. I have a ender chest in my ender chest. I might as well use it. No, I can make another one. An ender chest uses an IF ender, right? And some obsidian. So we can find one of those lying around. So here's my 48 iron. That's 16 buckets. We probably need more iron than 16 buckets, but we'll work with 16 and go up from there if we need more. We need, like, at least some more. You know, I'll go with an extra 6 ones of these. Then we need wood to make some stuff from. So 12 chests would need 24 wood, right? Yeah, 24 wood. And, you know, I can't stop thinking about buckets. We'll bring a couple of blocks of iron. We'll bring 4 blocks of iron. And then that should be like... Yeah, I think that'll be good. We good to go? What else are we forgetting? Yeah, well, actually, wait, let's grab like a whole... Let's just make a whole stack of ender chests. Let's grab some obsidian. Okay, let's grab 8 ender pearls. Let's grab 8 blaze powder. We can find that in the Nether. Then let's find 64 obsidian wherever we can. I have so much obsidian in my Minecraft world, it's dumb. Because I mined the end towers, which no one should do. But I did do, because, you know, life is fun. Whenever Toycat hears the word Java, he contemplates crime a little bit more, says Iftars. I genuinely do. Also, good night, Megan Smith. I hope you have a delightful evening. I think of something when I see your username. I wonder what it is. Like, I think I know someone who looks like you. If an end chest inside of an end chest, does it technically have itself inside of it? Yes. Factually. Ender chests can loot infinitely. There's just no gameplay value to that, sadly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we need a stack of obsidian. Easy enough to do. 81 is divisible by 3. Was it like 27 times 3, right? Would be 81. Wait, do you like that one, chat? 81 is divisible by 27. Does that feel wrong to you all? Does that feel wrong? But yeah, I think we all like being lied to. It's like one of the... It's one of the things that, like, is so wrong and you should never, you know, like... But there are so many situations where a lie is not even just, like, better, but is literally required. And I think service is the best example where, like, if you say, how are you doing? And your waiter or waitress... You know, let's assume you have a waitress today. Toycat the feminist. But your waitress is like, hey, I've not been having a good day. My boyfriend just broke up with me and I've been considering suicide. And honestly, I just need to, I need to really kick this meth addiction. If your waitress says that, you'd be like, I'm doing good. You know, and then she's like, oh, but how are you? And you're like, I'm good, thanks for asking. That's awkward, right? Because the correct response to how are you is not tell me how you are doing. The response to how are you is, I'm doing great, thanks, how about you? In a smiley voice. Unless they're a close friend, again. Honestly, I'd tip her $50. You know, I should be a waiter, so I can say I broke up with my boyfriend and I've really gone into meth recently. Anyway, you know, again, you know, if my waitress was like that, I would love to talk to her and be like, so how'd you get into it? Like, what? Is it fun on the first time? Did you know, when you get that first bowl of meth going, and you know it's literally, you know, it's the one thing we look at and we go, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Did you think of yourself as that crazy person or what? What was the scoop with you? You know, that's the question I really want to ask. Anyway, let's, I thought he was an old dude who had very old, I didn't know you were young, says Thunder Rose. That's interesting. How old did you think I was? Old, young? Oh yeah, I've got paper in here, right? Yep, got some paper. Grab 8 paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's make some more fireworks, because I'm using a lot of those today, it seems. And let's go to the Nether. Perfect. I left for an hour and Andrew is still talking about waiters. See, this time it's a different thing. It's about how we all like waiters to lie to us. But also, if you're in a store, right? You're in a Home Depot. See, I know American stores. I know my audience. Tip me $1, you American capitalist pigs. I don't know. I was going with that, but you know what? See, look, I use references to your home goods stores. You know, I reckon that's worth a couple dollars of your money. I've upped my demands. I want $2 now for saying Home Depot or a Lowe's or what else do you have in America that's like hardware for people? You don't have Bunnings. That's Australia. You know, I don't know what you have, but Home Depot or Lowe's, right? You go in there and you say, "Hi, I was wondering, could you help me find a Thank you, Rosie Farrow. Lowe's gang. Thank you for the $2. But you know, like if you ask like, hey, thank you, Tony A. You know, more model citizens need to be like Tony A. See, that's how you get references to Lowe's and Home Depot, by supporting the references you like. So yeah, okay, funny British man is for $2. This is my favorite dumb little accidental tangent we've ever been down. You know, thank you, American viewers, capitalist scum, for supporting the Home Depot Home Depot gang. Home Depot represent. You know, thank you for your $2 to represent my American references. I feel much more valued in exchange for using them now, and that's good. You know, you've done me well, America. You know, Lydia Estrada too. You're all delightful people. Americans who appreciate my references to Lowe's and Home Depot. Where is my money, friends? Where is it, huh? Why won't you tip me $1.99 like Dr. Cookie or Rosie Farrow? $1.99 is not $2, and even worse, it's not being in Steam Labs. Lowe's gang. Lowe's or Home Depot, let me know. You can only let me know with your US dollars, friends. That is the only way that you're allowed to do this one. But you walk into a Home Depot, or you know, a Lowe's. You know, chat. You decide which one it is with your messages. This is a big decision for you to all make. Oh, we need to make buckets. Actually, we'll make a crafting table over here. You know, why not? It's like place it down. If I make a crafting table, I won't be able to... Oh, goddamn. I pray I've got a crafting table somewhere around there. I've got it, right? I've got to have a crafting table. So you walk into your local Ace Hardware store, as Adam Barth says. Oh, wait, Zotel acronym as well. You know, so you're in your Ace Hardware, and you ask, hey, could you help me find the doors? Now, what should the employee say to you? Should the employee be honest and say, I would really prefer I've got like things to deal with right now, and honestly, helping ugly, you know, pieces of, you know, mess like you find doors is not one of them. No, what you expect them to say is, oh yeah, the doors! People make that mistake all the time. At Ace Hardware they do. At Ace Hardware, they lose the doors all the time. So what you do is you go down aisle 12. Actually, I'll come with you. I love going and looking for doors for the 30th time this week. Oh, what a wonderful thing. You're starting to get into construction. What a unique little hobby you've got there. Yeah, I'd love to help you find the home construction aisle. These are things that no one says at the Home Depots. What people instead say is, yeah, that's where the thing is. Hello, I am person. Thank you, Great Griffino. Thank you for supporting my high-quality Home Depot references. I do appreciate it. The employee should just give you 6 wood planks, says Finn Worley. But yeah, like, you want the employee to lie to you, or at the very least, you want to believe that he enjoys that thing, even though you know in your head, there's no anyone actually loves telling me where the doors are. Like, they're in the middle of doing something important. They don't want to drop the thing. They want to focus on that thing, but customer service, like, even though I appreciate it because I don't like dealing with people and I want the interaction to be as painless as possible, customer service is a job where you lie to people professionally. Like, hey, here is a thing. I'm going to lie to you so that you feel like I'm friendly and you get the information you need from me. Again, in an ideal world, I wouldn't talk to a Ace Hardware employee. You know, no one's excited to talk to those employees probably. Actually, wait, if you go into Ace Hardware, or yeah, it's Ace Hardware right now. If you go into an Ace Hardware, are you like excited to talk to the employees about where the doors are? Are you like, you know, I actually, you know, this is kind of embarrassing, but I felt we had a connection last time I was here, and I just come here every week to, you know, because I want to be able to talk to you. Is that a thing that happens at your Ace Hardware American friends? Again, cannot explain or relate, but I can feel on your behalf. I hear piglins everywhere. Okay, there's the piglin. Do not like piglin noises. I should really wear some gold boots, huh? This is a dangerous job. Okay, let's go. So I'm gonna check my inventory spaces. I've got 10 of them. No, I've got like 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, nice. There goes the lava. Oh, Lord, almost fell into it. Now we're gonna go down to the middle bridge kind of area. Oh, okay, no, we're not. Oh, okay, we're here now. That worked perfectly, like a ballerina. And then we're gonna grab. Can we grab it from here? We cannot. If we go closer. Yeah, we can't grab that from here. And I don't think we should try anymore. I reckon it's a very dangerous game we're playing with ourselves right here. Is Ace really that hard? What does Ace wear? People from non-English countries are watching. Cool, says Yuri Cesari. Yeah, I don't know why it's been happening. Like, I don't know if something's happening with the Philippines or with my channel. But the number of Philippines-based viewers, I guess they're not definitely Filipinos. But the number of, like, Philippines viewers I've been having recently has been, like, skyrocketing. Oh, God, why? Okay, flying away. Let me out. Don't kill me, Garth. Don't kill me. Let me live in peace. Here. Okay, I'm in peace. That was nice. It was not nice. I think I might have lost the lava bucket into the fire, too. Let's hope that's not true. And let's set this one aside as the lava bucket shulker box. We should probably color it like lava color or something. You know, that's not a thing we're going to do. What we're going to do instead is place some more shulker boxes down. So I guess we got to remove these blocks. Yep, that works for me. Shulker box down. Shulker box down. Shulker box down. And then I guess we want to, like, make an area over here to... Yeah, there we go. Nice, wonderful, delightful. Lava color. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Tell me if I'm wrong. In Ace Hardware, they sell the souls for the children that enter the building. You know what? You're Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware sounds nice. I should give it a visit sometime. I am not familiar with the hardware of the Ace variety, but it sounds nice the way you all describe it so lovingly. Yeah, I'm excited. Today we're going to get to break this netherite pickaxe. Actually, we should save it for tomorrow. We'll save it for the next stream. I'm going to teach you all a little bit more there. Okay, so let's fly back in and let's start dealing with... Oh, God, look at that. Look at that lava flow. Problem we've developed over here. Okay, this is... Oh, I didn't even put the... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Don't need to deal with problems. Problems are for the future to deal with. Right now is for enjoyment time. Something we literally think about on like a human-wide scale. Are we good? Okay, we're good. Next one, scoop. You know, I miss the scoop songs. You know, whatever happened to Toycat going scoop into the lava? Because I think we made a great downgrade the day we stopped going scoopty lava. I'm gonna definitely bring it back. So yeah, what I'm trying to say, that's 3 of the waiter, the Home Depot employee. You know, the craziest thing about, like, you know, the concept, like, okay, I know this is gonna sound like some crazy conspiracy theorist stuff, but the government doesn't really exist, right? There is no such thing as government. I started talking about the government not being real and then my stream went down. Maybe this is a bad sign. You know what? This is the story the government doesn't want you to hear, friends. But no, there's no such thing as the government of a country. There is no entity that exists. It is a collection of small entities that we group together, but they only group together because we believe they group together. When I like choose to enter America, I have to go for I think it's called DHS, Department of Homeland Security. I have to go for an employee whose job it is, you know, to make decisions on America's behalf, following America's policies. The American government's policies, I should say. A government that is not a person, does not exist, but is like a functional set of rules. Since this person is acting as an individual, he can very easily break those rules, you know? Like, if he decide, even though, even if I look super suspicious or whatever else, he can be like, this guy's cool, I've seen his YouTube videos. He can override those if we want to. If the concept of a government, the concept of anything else, right? There is no one entity that you can describe as, oh god, why do I set myself on fire so frequently? It's very hard to define what the government, air quotes, really is, because it is this vague, nebulous grouping that includes lots of things within it. And because it's not a singular person, it only changes if all of the people agree and believe that it changes. It's like a consensus-based model, right? When everyone comes to the same agreement that yes, there is a government, and when all of the government employees agree that, oh yes, I will enforce the government rule, about like hypothetically, let's say they want to be like, actually, I think we're gonna start letting people in. Oh, that burns. Literally, it's funny. If your boy wants to just be like, I'm gonna start letting people in or not based on, whatever thing about them they want, they totally can. That, despite the fact that you're dealing with the government, you're dealing with a person, and that person has more say. And that's true for any individual thing, right? Any function of the government is down to the individuals performing the will of that collective. Like, if for instance you're tax inspector, you're a tax evader, but you're tax inspector. Like, I mentioned this before, but I had I was searched and stopped by a member of the a New Zealand border force person who was a strong libertarian who hated government, and he traveled with gold bars because he knew a loophole where you couldn't carry $10,000 of cash, but you could travel with that amount of gold. So he's like, here's what I do. And here's how you can avoid being searched by people like me in other countries. And that's hilarious to me. Like, an anti-government government employee, if you watch Parks and Rec, it's apparently a plot line in that too. But, it's hilarious, but it's actually a pretty logical consequence of the fact that, you don't need to, strongly support something to be a member of that thing. We have these, groupings, we have these big groupings that only make sense because we all agree that they make sense. They only exist because we all agree they exist. If every single person who lived in the United States tomorrow thought to themselves, oh yeah, there is no such thing as the US government, it would cease to exist. That's dumb. That's really dumb. I know it sounds like genuine conspiracy theorist level. But what part of it exists? There are buildings that belong to, this is a thing that people have done with police forces, whether you like it or not. If every single person says no, the police does not have the power, then actually they have guns. In America, they have guns, so I guess. it seems to have gone pretty questionably there. But if everyone agrees that there is no power in this organization, then because that organization relies on getting its power from the people's consent to have power over them, then it stops doing so. And in practice, we could all collectively agree tomorrow. If every single person on Earth besides Elon Musk said, hey, Tesla never existed. There was never a Tesla company. Tesla was just the name of these random electric vehicles that started pouring out of a factory one day. Even though that's dumb, because obviously Tesla existed. And police have guns, but so do the citizens. Honestly, I'm surprised. Okay, I don't want to talk about this. It's I don't want to dive into the realm of politics and all that nonsense. But I'm surprised there aren't more shootings between the police and citizens in America. What's the deal with that? Does anyone know how you avoid that? Why there aren't regular shootouts or whatever? Maybe there are regular shootouts, I just don't know about them. Do you think there's gold on the other side of this? I bet there is. So I'm going to start destroying the front of this now, just because I want to like see the progress, you know. Seeing progress is like a powerful motivator, in my opinion. Thank you very much, Vincent Andrews. Good to see you. Good to see you here again today. I hope you are doing delightfully. I say, there we go. Nice rhyme. Don't shoot cops. Stop talking about that. People don't like being shot. I don't like being shot either. I have a strong preference. Honestly, okay. Am I not? Tell me this one, friends. I really want to know, like, what it feels like to be shot. And I know there's no way to find out without an incredibly painful and very dangerous procedure. But what I want to have happen is I want to, like, temporarily take over the body of someone being shot. Choose today, huh? Something is happening with the internet today. I'm sorry. You know, you talk about wanting to be shot, or you talk about the American government, and they shut you down. Conspiracy time. But, as some reports say, it hurts to have a small bullet hit you because big bullets shut down the nervous system. See, right, I'd love to feel a small bullet and a big bullet. It would be cool. Like, I want to have that comparison because of personal experience, you know? Like, my experience of most, like, there's a lot of things in life that are exactly how people tell them to be. And there's a lot of things in life that, like, people way over-exaggerate, you know? Because they want the, you know, like, I was just talking about things that only exist because we believe they exist. Or, like, there's a lot of things that are only good because we all collectively say they're good, you know? Like, the entire, if you think about, like, I don't know, like a fashion brand, like, Gucky, for instance. Everyone loves a nice Gucky handbag, I do believe, I've heard. Spare hug, Mr. Toy Cat. One hug for Chef Jennifer. You like this hug? Bring it in close there, friend. I look really ugly up close. Now you know why I stay at this distance, huh? The only reason that Gucky has any value as a brand is because most people know of them as being expensive. The real expensive, you know, like I don't imagine their clothing is 1,000 times higher quality than a Primark or H&M basic shirt or whatever else they sell. But what it is it's more exclusive, and because people know about it as the brand that expensive people buy. People, even if you don't have money, you can buy this brand to show I have money. You can buy it to show money you don't even have because of the association that people make. If everyone made objective assumptions in the moment about things like that wouldn't exist. Even the very concept of, again, Gucky itself could not exist because, again, the founder, okay, we need to, the founder of Gucky Clothings, Toy Cat, stop bullying yourself. Only I'm allowed to do that. I will continue to make fun of myself all day. You know, again, I'm bringing myself down. I made fun of chat too much. I made fun of your government, and now I'm gonna have to bring it back up and make fun of myself. Like, wow, you guys hear about the train that left town? It was going anywhere, I hear. But anyway, so like, if you think about the company Gucky, it was founded by like Antonino Gucky, you know, some Italian man probably. I assume it's Italian, it might be French. Gucky. Gucky is an Italian luxury brand of fashion and luxury goods. It was founded by Guccio Gucci in Florence, Tuscany, 1921. Really, his first name was Guccio? Man, his parents did not like him. Guccio was born in Florence, Tuscany. He's the son of Tuscan leather craftsmen from the country's central manufacturing region. As a teenager, he was a lift boy at the Savoy Hotel, inspired by the elegant upper-class
Almost
guests.
missed this, and I think abuse of power is a human nature or flaw, and they are using it to push a political agenda. Trump 2020.
Okay, so almost missed this. I think abuse of power is human nature or flaw. I think they're using it to push a political agenda. I think abuse of power is a human nature. If you give people power, some percentage of people will abuse it. I think that goes without saying, right? Like, the percent is something we might all disagree on. Like, some people would say 100% of power is abused. Some people might, you know, like, I think that's a pretty extreme position. Some people might say it's only 0.01% of power. But, also, first Toycat tax, I just wanted to say thank you. You've really helped me deal with depression for the last few years. Sorry, stream absence helps, says Guyan Zerbas. I'm glad the streams help. Again, so many people have said, like, it helped with depression. So either, like, everyone's depressed and, like, anything can help you, or something about, oh, God, particular about the streams that we do here on this channel is helping people. Maybe. Or maybe people are just saying it because it's, like, catchy and they saw someone else say it and they're like, you know what, sure. But, isn't it interesting that, like, something about just having a real conversation, not just a surface level conversation about, hey, you see that ludicrous display last night? Or like, hey, did you guys hear that the beaches are closed? I heard that people go to the beaches. You know, like, rather than just having conversations about hate and, you know, again, like, it's one of the most common, easy, like, traps to fall into is it's so, talking about, like, people instead of their ideas is really fun temporarily, and it's, like, it's built into us as, like, a gossip thing, but it doesn't advance us as people. Well, like, when we talk about the ideas behind things, that's a whole thing. Speaking of talking about the ideas behind things, let's go back to talking about Gucci, or Guccio Gucci. So this man, Guccio Gucci, was a lift boy at the Savoy Hotel in London, inspired by elegant upper-class guests and luggage companies such as HK Caves and Sons. He returned to Florence and started making travel bags and accessories. He made the House of Gucci in Florence as a small leather-owned family shop. And he made a store in Milan and then expanded to Manhattan. So, also he lived in the UK during his final years. He looks like a British man. This is like a fat Brit. He's very fat. This is a large gentleman. But his brand, not because of its inherent quality, but because of his desire to make it look like things of inherent quality. Which, you know, there is a style that is like, once you go past a certain level of expense, a lot of people think that, like, you know, rich people things are objectively better. And I do think, with the mild exception being probably like housing, because housing is based on purely like demand-based things. But like you know, like I think Bill Gates has said the same thing. Like, once you go past, I don't know, 50 million or something, it's the same Dick's, which is his favorite hamburger restaurant or something. But like, you can't get a better Five Guys than Five Guys, even if you have $100 million. You can get like a private custom-made chef, blah, 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 but it's not Five Guys. There's a thing about that is appealing to people, even millionaires and billionaires or whatever, that isn't appealing to everything else. Also, thank you very much to Jin. Watching you die repeatedly hilariously, and yet keep going is inspiring. When have I died, Mr. Jin? Or do you mean like emotionally died? Like, because we all emotionally die all the time, which is beautiful if you really think about it. We're all just people going through cycles of death and then bringing ourselves back to life through our rebirth of our ideas, right? But anyway, let's combine the bows again. Look at this, slowly but surely getting there. Wait, you don't have a totem? I disagree with you. Oh, you remove your message. There you go. That's what you've got to do. All the tangents are connecting so well. You know, this is a top 10% Toycat stream today. My tangents actually make sense together. It's not just Toycat talks about how words don't make sense, and then Toycat talks about how words do make sense. Then Toycat talks about the fact that words making sense is something that only works because words don't make sense. That's what a normal stream is. I miss that. Let's go back to the good old days of those things, huh? I super chat, so maybe you can get better internet, says Vincent Andrews. Yeah, honestly, so I have like super solid internet, and it works like really well compared to most packages, especially compared to where else I'm looking. But the real bummer in it is that it just has occasional few seconds of outages, and the only real solution is to get a second internet line. But then most of the time, like, I have to pay a lot of money to get a second internet line, because if I get a second internet connection, they'll just use the same cable, which will have the same exact issues. So I have to spend a lot of money to get a second internet line put in, and it's something that only I will appreciate. And I was like, okay, so we just suffer. We just have a live stream with some suffering, because a lot of people, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm crazy, but a lot of people have said, like, oh yeah, your streams look better than most streams on the internet. I can't. Like, someone commented that. And like, it was one of those things that made me go like, yeah, they're better than the other ones on the internet. I know it. I know that that's true. Let's put this one as the next lava bucket. We're gonna need a lot more lava, right? There's gonna be a lot of that we go through. It just me on Minecraft, Bedrock run out hunger, run out frustratingly fast. It's so annoying trying to go anywhere and having to eat a stack of bread. Yeah, you have to eat food of high saturation in Bedrock. If you eat bread, it like I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just like the old hunger system was really that bad. But yeah, it runs out real fast because more actions strain it as well. Like walking on Java doesn't use any hunger. Walking on Bedrock does. On Java they have this like balance where you mostly lose hunger for eating stuff, whereas on Bedrock you lose hunger for doing things. So fun fact. Maybe. No, you lose hunger for losing health on Java, whereas you lose it for other things than that. You keep talking about stores to governments. If you think about it, Ninja Hawk, is a store and a government not the same thing? A store and a government are both collections of individuals coming together to serve some great purpose. Because again, I mean, at one point a store was like a dude who sold some things to you. But now, like, almost universally, we accept the definition of store as like, oh yeah, it's this chain, it's this thing that exists, like, pretty much nationwide, right? God damn, how often is this gonna happen to me? You're the best, you make my day so much better. I do like seeing my name pop up. That's the real benefit of super chatting. All this other stuff is just, oh god, we have to pick that up later. All this other stuff is just steps between you and your name, huh? Store equals government confirmed. But it's like a collection of individuals working towards a thing. It's like, I think it was Rosie Farrow who said earlier that she had a Burger King near her that, like, it wasn't officially allowed to be a Burger King anymore, but they were just using the logo and the branding anyway. Like, is that a Burger King? If they use the logo and they use the branding, but they're not officially sanctioned by the company Burger King, is that a Burger King? And vice versa. If there is a Burger King that is officially, you know, a Burger King, like it's sanctioned, it's licensed, it's got all the stuff coming from the BK Corporation, but it's all branded as Hungry Jack's, you know, just coming up with a crazy name out of nowhere here. Definitely not a real situation. I think something broke. Hello? Am I live? Say pineapples in chat. Actually, no, wait. Talk about pineapple. Talk about Hungry Jack's and this thing. Is it a Burger King? If it is a run as a Burger King, but it's not. Chat froze for like 20 seconds, and I've never seen it that bad. Like, I thought it was like something was broken, but I guess like no one responded. Hungry Pineapple Jacks. You know, I messed this one up. Really, this is on me. Oh, it's so satisfying breaking base salt with this. So satisfying. A Piglin gave me garbage when I traded him, says Kurt Alvarez. You know, you gotta trade and trade and trade again. That's what I reckon. Lemon that digger Australia calling BK Hungry Jacks. You know the secret, Tony, eh? But yeah, is a Hungry Jack, even if it's officially sponsored by Burger King, but it's not called Burger King. It has all the same burgers though. Oh, like yeah, it's like a whole different restaurant, but it's by the Burger King company. Is that still a Burger King? It's obviously I'm talking about an Omniverse here. Versus is a Burger King that lost the rights to be a Burger King is not officially part of the
tomatoes.
Thank you, Vincent Andrews. But is that still a Burger King when it's off the grid and disconnected? No, it isn't that simple. So it's not Robert Woodson. Right? There's this line in our heads where something starts existing as a thing that we recognize, and it's a little bit blurry. Like, when does a McDonald's become a McDonald's? Is it when they put the logo up? If you put McDonald's on an unrelated building, not a McDonald's. Is it when they have the 99p? Sorry, it's the dollar menu in America, right? When they have the dollar menu, is that officially a McDonald's? Well, I mean, lots of places have dollar menus that don't. If it's the exact same dollar menu as McDonald's, but they're all non-McDonald's items, is it a McDonald's? It's like, oh, still not really. At what point is a McDonald's, you know? And the answer is there isn't a point. There is just because franchises are very strict with their requirements. They all look the same regardless of location, even though they're very different, made up of different employees, different staff, often sourced from different farms and places, with different looking furniture, different sizes, different everything. But it comes under this one brand, and there's this feeling that it is indeed this one brand. But just because there's a feeling about it being a brand, it is what it says it is. Discontinued Burger King is a Burger King. See, when you go there, do you feel like you're getting Burger King?
It's when the sandwich doesn't look like it does on the menu.
That's my favorite like trope about like fast food places. Like, yeah, can't trust the menu. But what my least favorite thing in the world, actually, can you tell me what you think about this one, chat? In London, there's a lot of like independent stores of every type. Like, some people like that. Not personally my thing. But sometimes you go in there and they have pictures of the food that they clearly took themselves, or like some non-professional did, and it looks so gross. You see an actual play of how it actually looks, and you're like, no, I don't want this. Give me a fake over-the-top representation where you pretend it's some real bacon and like pretend, you know? It's like you know, some guys have this attitude of like, oh yeah, I think that you know, I don't like girls who wear makeup. They think you know, wearing makeup is lying to your date, the person you're with. It also, it's like flying off to the left. It's so odd. But like some people have that opinion because like, you know, I really hate everyone. I hate people who wear makeup. What they really probably think is like, I hate people who wear like heavy makeup, but they don't understand the difference between like the makeup that looks like makes a person look normal and or conventionally attractive and or like heavy makeup. But like anyway, if you actually saw someone like not wearing makeup, they'd be like, oh yeah, but this is a disaster too. Like, there's a certain lie in selling yourself at the best, but selling yourself as your worst is awful. You ever see people who like take like ironically bad selfies and post them, and you're like, well, I don't think you're attractive in the slightest anymore. And it's like, huh. Coral Bastion. Oh, that is such a fun idea, Mr. Memes. Should we like make a giant underwater? Oh, I'm thinking about this idea now. I want to do this. Let's make a Coral Bastion. Let's make a mega deep ocean. What a fun idea. Andrew, in your video earlier, you said, hello, my BXToyCat, until 2 minutes in, gave me anxiety. Oh yeah, every video where I delay the intro, which is like something I'm trying to do as like a tester, people like freak out in the comments, and I find that interesting. Oh, it said Carol Bastion, not Coral Bastion. Never mind. Guys wear makeup too. Oh yeah, but I think it's like, and some girls don't wear makeup too.
And it actually looked the same on the menu first time I had MCDZ in like years.
I personally think that the menu should be an over the top. If it looks like the thing on the menu, I'm unhappy. I'm like, no, this is, I don't want to order from here, sirs. You know, make the effort. Like, sell me on what this could be. Don't sell me on what this is. Like, I like the option to look online and see what's real. Sure, you know, like that's nice. Expectations versus reality. Sure, why not? But because my expectation has been built on so many years of lies, it's like how, again, if every single person in the world agreed collectively, yeah, no one wears makeup anymore, we're all natural, then, you know, like, everyone would look the way they do when you wake up next to them in the morning all the time. Even then, probably not. Like, there's like things you can do, like, you know, can you ban lotions and like stuff like that too? And like, you know, you smell better in, you know, in the evening than you do in the morning. But like, if you like, you know, like the horror that people have when they realize that people look different with and without makeup on. It's the same thing as like, you know, looking at a burger, you know, fake versus real. But because we live in a world where you know, people have, you know, like, can make themselves significantly more beautiful, which is great. I love it. I love the face paint that people put on, for their benefit and or mine.
Toy Cat is possibly.
Toy Cat is possibly. Toy Cat is possibly what though? Toy Cat, what's your go-to McDonald's order? I only realized recently, because McDonald's opened in the UK again, but they don't have like any special burgers. I just realized, like, I don't have anything that I'm like wildly excited about at McDonald's. My go-to order is usually like, in the UK, there's always like a deal to get a Big Mac and fries for like $1.99. It's always like medium fries and you don't get a drink. And like, I usually get that and then get like, you know, some weird side, like maybe some chicken. Like, I like chicken selects a lot. They're like, McDonald's does the best fried chicken, way better than KFC in my opinion. I came here because there aren't any more Harry Potter videos to see, says Juliana Nordquist. You know what? For you, Juliana, let's talk about Harry Potter, huh? What do you think about Harry Potter, friends? I think it's a good book. I really liked Harry Potter, honestly, as a child. You realize, like, the universe is built really shoddily, and I think like the number of times they have to like write around it in the latest books is kind of funny. Like, there's this, you know, like, right in a world where magic exists, you have to put limits on that magic to like make a real story. But I think in the first book, they, you know, she just wanted to make it like as wondrous as possible. So there's just so much stuff in there that just doesn't, like, it breaks the universe later on, and they have to be like, oh yeah, this was a one-time thing. Like, even like the invisibility cloak had to become like a Deathly Hallow or something. That was clearly a way to be like, oh yeah, these aren't common. This is a one-time thing. I wear makeup, and it's to express my creativeness, so I appreciate you saying that. I also very much enjoy your stream videos. Oh yeah, my controversial, apparently, it's not actually controversial, like, it's that thing. On the internet, so often, it's easy to think that a lot of people hate a thing, like, the majority of people hate a thing, and are pretty unreasonable. Most people are pretty neutral about most things. 90%, I'd say, like, especially if we're talking about, like, guys, but, like, I'd say it's, like, 80-something% of people and 90-something% of guys have no feelings about makeup. It's just a thing that exists in the world. People who like get really strongly like it's a form of art you're doing on your face, and coincidentally it activates the feelings, or like it activates whatever weird you know, like primate, you know, DNA just defines who is a attractive you know, person or not, or an attractive mate or not, whatever. It activates those dumb you know, like those weird targeting rules, like, you know, like when your lips are. Let's not talk about why lipstick is important. Actually, I was going to talk about it, but like I feel like someone's going to find controversy and be like, Toy Cat, you're telling 9-year-olds that you know the reason red lips are more attractive is because that's what happens when women are aroused or something. It's gonna be like, okay, no, we won't tell 13-year-olds that. We're gonna wait till you grow up to learn about those things. But you know, like I really do think like that most people feel neutral about it, and most people who do care are like, yeah, actually, makeup's cool, good. And I'm gonna go ahead and like double down on that, Alexis Davison. If you're like cool at it, if you're good at it, sorry, you can make good makeup art. That's awesome. Go you. Do you wait? Yes, queen, slay it, girl. There we go. Look at that. I can speak internet. You called us 9-year-olds, then 13 pick one, says Tony. Eh? I called you 9-year-olds, then I remembered we have to call you 13-year-olds for legal reasons. I'm sorry. You guys all aged for 4 years earlier today. It was a big moment for me too. It was a big moment for me too. Oh yeah, go me. Okay, so this is my first live stream. Welcome to your first live stream, friendo. You, why is it when I stick with women her lips are blue? Hey, nice one. I see what you're implying there. Very, very sad to hear about your relationship with the let's call it the fairest. I'm gonna Google where does the term fairer sex come from? Are they fairer in the sense that they're like less unfair, or are they fairer like, oh yeah, something looks fair because it's good? The fairer sex. Dated humorous women. Translate the fairer sex to Albanian. Sexy me edrek. What is it in Norwegian? This is not a... Wait, and then let's put this into Google Translate. Det mer retivich nkuron. In English. So I just translated that phrase into Norwegian. Okay, god damn it. Give me Google Translate. Translate. Give me there we go, detect language.
Det mer rettferdige kjønn. The fairer sex. Det mer rettferdige kjønn.
This is what I do for fun when I'm not streaming. This is how I never get anything done. For people who are always like, hey Toy Cat, how have you still not organized your chest room? I go down tangents like that, okay? And then 3 hours later I'm like, why am I looking up Mr. Gucci Gucci, the founder of the Gucci company? Because the you know, the real deal, the real thing that makes anything exist is our acceptance as humanity that thing exists. Oh chat, I'm gonna break this pickaxe some more. You ready to see a Neverite pickaxe break? You excited for this? It's gonna be a big moment. It's gonna be a big moment. Oh, look at it. You seeing it slowly go there? You're seeing it happen, block by block. Oh yeah, this is good. I can't wait to get a job so I can pump 40% of my earnings into you via Streamlabs, says Sean Gerard. Man, 40%. You are paying the top rate of Toy Cat tax at that point. I do love how many people we actually have here. They're like, oh yeah, I file my taxes once a quarter, and then I feel like we have to file a Toy Cat tax in there too. I find that extra funny. I like that. I enjoy that as a human being. Maybe it's just me though. Maybe it's just me. No, don't break it, says Zahir Covington. I don't hear you. What I hear is we should break the pickaxe. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and let's get this one finished. So, I'm so used to watching stream replays that I forget this is live, says Hexic HCX. You know what? If you watch stream replays and this is your first live one, Hexis HCX, good to see you. Today I'm going to give you a rare, once-in-a-lifetime Pharaoh reference their beauty, Old English and beautiful, was not associated with justice till the 1800s or so. Yeah, it's funny how many words have, like, changed their meanings pretty much entirely in that way. Like, I guess, like, fair is an obvious example we can look at because we're just talking about it right now. But, there's a lot of words like, the reason, like, antonyms come to exist is for that same reason. I'm forgetting the one I'm thinking of, like, I want to say, like, damn it, no, I can't think of it. But, like, famous can cover infamous now because the difference has kind of, like, been lost by society. Foring means the same as, like, there's a lot of weird words that happen because, like, fire resistant. No, wait, flammable, it means the same as inflammable, is another really dumb one. Like, if something's flammable and something's inflammable, it mean they both mean it's, like, not fire resistant. And, it's always amusing to me, like, stuff like that. Oh, God. When it comes up, but, like, humans, like, humans are like a river. If you don't know, rivers, in real life, are, a body of water that go from the mountain to the sea. And because it's a huge amount of water, we're talking thousands of gallons, the river, like, it's just trying to find the easiest path. There's a lot of water, and over millions of years.
I'm fascinated by food stylists and photography. I think it is neat that they use glue instead of milk, mashed potatoes instead of ice cream, and motor oil instead of pancake syrup in food photography.
Oh, yeah, I have learned about those things, and it's like, they're lessons I unlearned because it's like, okay, I like looking at the pretty food pictures. I don't want to be imagining the motor oil they're actually using or the glue. It's like, you know, oh, please tell me I can pick that one up. It's like, you know, if you learned that, because back in the day, makeups existed for a really long time. Like back in the day, it'd be like, oh yeah, I use some beeswax to make my eyes look delicious, or whatever word I'm trying to say. I don't know what I was trying to point out there. Did that just spawn in there, or how was he there? Break the pickaxe, please, says Olivia Cashmore. I'll break a few more blocks for you. This is for you, but I'm gonna keep teasing you. Look at the pickaxe not breaking. Ooh, it's good, isn't it? Lockable and unlockable. Oh, you're right. Wait, unlockable, lockable. It's similar. It's not quite the same. Anyway, so rivers. Rivers are like thousands of gallons or liters or whatever measurement you're happy with of water. Like moving from, you know, a mountain where they freeze and unfreeze or whatever, down to the source. Down to the, you know, like the sea, getting back to wherever it needs to be. Because it will flow continuously till it reaches it, for whatever reason. Or until it reaches a lake, technically. But like, it flows till it reaches a large body of water. That it, you know, like it goes downwards because it comes from a mountain. Mountains are high, water's down low. I'm hungry now. Me too, man. Me too. I ordered an ice cream earlier. Has anyone ever had this happen? Sorry, I'm gonna finish my river tangent. I'm gonna teach you about rivers, whether you like it or not, chat. Elizabeth won her lead-based makeup. Your thoughts? You know, I think it's sexy if someone's willing to lead poison themselves just to look good for me. That's all I'm saying. But has anyone ever had this happen? I just want to quickly rant about a thing. I had a salad for lunch today, and I was so pleased with myself. I was like, I am the hero this world needs. I can eat salads even when I don't really want to. And to reward myself for eating a salad for lunch, like the healthy decision I made, I was like, I deserve an ice cream sundae delivered on Deliveroo now. Deliveroo's like the UK version of Postmates, I think. And so I ordered a sundae. I made my own. I made it very over the top, and the place just denied the order. Like it said, actually I can just tell you, it's like a Creams Cafe. They turned down the order. I didn't realize that was a thing they could do, and I thought like, oh yeah, well they're just closing or something. They were open for a whole nother hour afterwards. They just chose like, oh yeah, we don't want to make this, so we're not going to. And I was kind of mad because imagine that happening in real life. Like, isn't that, has anyone ever had this happen? Is this common? Because it blew my mind, like, what you can't just choose not to make my, and they can apparently. They can just choose to be like, yeah, no. Like imagine going to McDonald's being like, I'll have a Big Mac and large fries, and like again, this is why we don't like lies, right? And the cashier goes, nah, don't feel like it. It's like, I wasn't asking because I thought you would say no. I was asking because it's more polite than demanding, you know, a Big Mac and medium fries or whatever. Like I feel like, you know, technically speaking, at least in America, like, you know, there's no law against just McDonald's being like, no, make your own Big Mac and fries, you insert slur here. But like in the UK, sorry, just like it's not an expected thing regardless of where you are, I should say, no matter how legal it is. Like why? I'm just confused beyond belief is what I'm trying to say. That they could just turn it down. What did you order? I ordered an ice cream sundae with Kinder Bueno, some white. But like they didn't even say why. They didn't even say, hey, would you like it different? They get, no, you ordered wrong, you idiot. And I'm just mildly mad. I just didn't understand. And I only realized like 20 minutes later when my food didn't arrive that they'd cancelled it. And I just anyway, today I learned you can just have your food cancelled, and they don't have to like explain or justify. They can just be like, yeah, we didn't want to deliver it. You know, make it yourself. You dumb. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But tell me, has this ever happened to you, friends? Have you ever just have your order be cancelled? Is that normal? Is that like desired functionality? Because I feel like, okay, hypothetically, right? I'm gonna make this into an argument for equality. So let's say we could work out for sure, like, because I'm sure you can, like demographically speaking, look at the average McDonald's order for a woman and a man. Like, I'm sure women probably order fries by themselves more than guys do. Actually, you know, fact check that one on that one, chat. But like, you know, you could probably look at it. You could work out statistically what is ordered more. In the same way you can look at like supermarket products and work out what's ordered by each gender more. And then you could work out, then like, let's say you're really angry at women because your ex-girlfriend broke up with you and you still haven't gone over it or whatever. You could, hypothetically, use that, you know, knowledge that you pick up and be like, I'm going to turn down all women's orders. And that would be discriminating based on sex via their order, right? Am I wrong? Which, if I'm not mistaken, in most countries is illegal. So therefore...
Maybe they should insist on you getting a milkshake when ordering at Burger King.
Oh man, that first of all, long-term ban, clearly. But that interaction, still one of the most awkward fast food things I've ever had. If you don't know, many years ago, I was at Burger King, and the guy was like I asked for something, and the guy's like, he was clearly so stoned. He was like, you clearly want a milkshake, don't you? And I was like, no, I want the big Whopper burger with fries. He's like, but you want a strawberry milkshake? Yeah, tell me you don't want a strawberry milkshake. And I was like, no, I don't want a milkshake. And he's like, I know you want a milkshake. He was like trying to like build a rapport or whatever. You know, this is why people shouldn't be honest. He was being honest that he thought I wanted a milkshake, and I wanted the things that I was telling him I wanted. Also, welcome Thunder Rose to the Support Cat Club. Congratulations on being the last member of the day. How does that feel, friend? How does it feel to be the last person who became a member during this live stream? Actually, I'm going to see. Did we hit 500 members again? I feel like we hopefully have. We had a pretty good few days here. We're at 496. Okay, you know, actually, chat, I take it back. If anyone is watching right now and you like round numbers, because who doesn't like round? I like round numbers, and I cannot lie. And if you agree, do you feel like you know me yet, lol? I can only make general. Again, we can pretend that I know you perfectly, but I still only know the things that you're telling me, friend. You gotta tell me the worst things about yourself, and then I've gotta see you like, you know, be drunk at a Burger King, asking for a milkshake. That doesn't seem to happen in America. It might happen more that you don't order in person. But the fact that you can, like, look at someone's order and, like, turn it down based on that, I think is a real, like, I'm just saying that there needs to be like a civil rights case on this. Like, let's get the Supreme Court involved. Can I get turned down based on my? Because I just wanted an ice cream man. Trying to get more members. Toycat Tactics. Says Shravnia. You know what? You say trying to get more members. I say here's a direct call out. Shravia. I said it wrong the first time. You know, I'll pronounce your name correctly. If you become a member. That's my high quality suggestion. But no, if you've ever wanted to become a member on the channel, I'm going to politely suggest, hey, did you know if right now you join, we could hit 500 members. And that would be cool. You know why that'd be cool? Because who doesn't love round numbers? So yeah, if you've been thinking about it, now's a good time. If you haven't been thinking about it, you know, who wants emojis anyway? Who wants a nice green name so their name is more visible in chat? Who wants these things anyway? No one wants these things at all. That's the answer. Aliyash Shay says you don't pronounce my name correctly. That's true. Welcome, Emily Dakins. See, once again, by the way, proven that Emily's, or Emma's, it's Emma's, you know, names that are derived from Emma/Emily, just the best people. They are nicer on average than all you other non-Emilys here. I appreciate our parasocial relationship. I mean, I think our parasocial relationship, it's obviously always going to be slightly one-sided. But if you get past that, if you just be like, hey, yep, that's fine. You know, you're going to know me more than I'm going to know you. And if you think if you learn to think about the good sides of that, like, you know, I have an emotional breakdown, not going to burden you with it. I'm gonna order an ice cream and I get sad that it doesn't come. But thank you, Tony A, for becoming a channel member. We are now at 498 channel members. Is there any two people, you know, if 0.1% of you watching just decide to become a member, we could have the dream happen. You know, here's my special. I will guess one fact about you if you become a member right now. This is me really like e-begging right now. This is like this is me going maximum camboy status. I'm gonna guess around. I'm gonna give you a horoscope for the month of June if you become a member right now. That's my high quality sweeten the deal situation. Hey, thank you, March 3258. You know what, March, you will have a bad swimming experience this month, and you'll meet a man in a red cardigan who will not matter in the slightest the rest of the day. Hey, Adam Barth, thank you for becoming a channel member. You will not be smelly at all this month. Oh, I realized next month would be a better horoscope month, huh? You're not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna instead say thank you for becoming a channel member. Okay, we hit 500. Okay, S Blinks, you will have very dry eyes during the month of June, and also you'll do something you're scared of doing. But, oh wait, I think I missed someone before S Blinks. Olivia Hashmore, you're New Zealander, so you're gonna run into a sheep at some point this month. That's my high quality thing. Hey, Kevis! Thank you very much. People love horoscopes. You know, I've worked it out. Friends. People love their horoscopes. And that's why, Kevis, you're going to run into a snake this month. It's going to be like one of those garbage snakes, you know, like, oh, it's a grass snake. But it's going to be scary. And also, you're going to be happier this month than you were last month. Hey, Alexandria Quanby, you're going to be a Tanby. No, you're going to, okay. Alexander, you're going to have a big financial reward this month. V-Dub, you're going to find a new genre of music you like. You're going to like it V-much. There you go. That's my high quality thing. Okay, thank you everyone for coming along today. Not a cheap cat anymore, free, so you still have to guess. Vincent Andrews, you're going to have a change of faith this month. You're going to change your opinions, you're going to reform them, and you're going to realize that you're wrong about something. I don't know what it is. It might be about food, it might be about the government, but who knows for sure. Fishbird DD, you really like, you're gonna visit an aquarium this month, but you're gonna go to the wrong place and it's gonna be a zoo. There's your horoscope. Is that even a horoscope at this point? I like to think I'm nice. Again, I have seen no evidence to the contrary. Not a single impolite, over-the-top Emily. Everyone's reserved, nice. The sorts of people you want to be around. So yeah, thank you very much, chat. You stepped up. We got to 500 members again. There's some cool benefits being 500 that I can totally use now. We get some more emojis, and I didn't use them last time, but this time I'll make sure we do it. We have 506 members, which is always cool. So I'm glad that simping is what it takes. Also, now that you're a member, you officially are a wife of the channel. That is a less than conventional way to describe your 13-year-old followers. You know, the legal guys said that's a really bad idea, but you know what I said? I said, damn it, I'll marry the 13-year-olds if I want to. Again, that's a joke. That is a joke that I am saying right now. If you use that out of context, then you're no worse than, you know, people who don't understand jokes. But you know what isn't bad? This stream coming to an end. I had a lot of fun today. We mined a lot of things, including a lot of Gilded Blackstone. We're now at 69 Gilded Blackstone, so high quality, very funny. Now the Piglin Bastion looks... There's another hole in there, isn't there? Oh, no. Now the Bastion looks like this. And it's a pretty nice bit of progress to make. The bridge is gone. The lava's out. I think it's going to be another stream and a half, though. Like, we need to really grill down and get it going. But where are you going to find Pigstep in your world? I'm just going to keep looking for more Bastions, I guess. In fact, I might do a stream. Tell me if you want to see this, because I know we've got to be doing some speedrunning stuff soon. I want to look for 1,000 Nether gold ore, and while we look for 1,000 gold ore, I'll look for Pigstep. Pigstep and 1,000 gold ore. There we go. I'll combine the two. The quest for Pigstep, brackets, and 1,000 Nether gold ore. Okay, thank you very much for watching today's live stream. Thank you for all the new channel members / wives. Welcome to the live stream. I mean, welcome to the support cat club. The real cat club. You're not... I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but what I am saying is thank you for joining, because you are delightful human beings in your own way. Except when you're not. Anyway, I'll see you... tomorrow. No, Tuesday. Also, there's new Dungeons DLC out on Wednesday, so I'll see you for that as well. If you like Minecraft Dungeons. If you don't like Minecraft Dungeons, then I won't see you there. Goodbye.